Hi, I'm Bren, and welcome to my channel. I am a Canadian podcaster with a passion to form connections with individuals from all walks of life. On my show Connections, I explore the world through my guests' unique perspectives while gathering an insightful understanding of how they interact and perceive life.
That is a really good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
I ask questions that focus on uncovering stories of humble beginnings,
But I was like 13th place out of like 300 kids.
triumphant successes,
I used to swim for the Junior Australian Olympic trial team.
motivations,
I just built up that confidence in myself to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't care.
inspirations,
She was just always, I just always love her.
struggles,
The main thing that got me to where I am today is the bullying that I experienced.
and realizations.
Sometimes you cannot get closure.
My goal is to continue making connections to spark meaningful discussions, and I hope you will join me. I'm good. I'm so sorry. I feel like I wasted so much time there.
No, I'm sorry. I was just doodling in my notebook, so I hope it didn't come across as anything rude.
Oh,
I was
no,
just
no.
like, oh, hello.
It just shocked me. I was like, oh, hi.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, did he think that I was being mean?
No. I know. You're wonderful, KP. Don't worry. Chat. However, I realized because I ramble a lot, I forgot to teach you guys. You want to see the sign? I don't know if KP wants to show the sign. She definitely can. But the hello sign that you showed.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, well, there you go.
It says hello. It says nothing else. It's
That's
not
it.
exciting.
No, this is crazy. However, chat, I've realized that because of my rambling, I forgot to teach you guys about what we have in the chat here, but there's a couple of channel points you can use. You can use the send love throughout any part of this. If you want to, when we introduce the guest, come on, get some more love in here. This another thing is whenever someone says something that you appreciate or you can relate with in some sort of form or fashion, spam that love. That's what we do here. That's what it's for. Pick me, save those for later. Don't listen to the mods. The mods are going to use them because they always do it. Just don't worry about it. There's the normal things you have. The you're doing great, Bren, which you guys have already seen, of course. Thank you. Exactly. There's the love we like to see. You can also ask us a question throughout the show. There's a connections, ask a guest question, ask me a question. If those don't work, I've heard that those haven't been working in the past. Oh, they look like they're working today. We might be good. Never mind. They look like they're working. We're working. You can feel free to use those at any point of the stream, as we would like. What's it called? We can have some answers from you guys. If you have any answers for the guest, for me, feel free to use them throughout any part of this show here. And yeah. KP, we like to start off every start of the stream with a little game called Quick Questions, and maybe you've never seen that before, so we're gonna help you out here. We're gonna get you to direct your eyeballs, everyone in chat, your beautiful eyeballs to the screen here as we play the Quick Questions intro, and you're like, what the heck's Quick Questions? Well, Quick Questions is played quite simply. There is 3 rules to Quick Questions. The first rule of Quick Questions, pause, yeah, pause. The first rule of Quick Questions is there's gonna be 10 questions. Number 2 is that the guest is gonna have 60 seconds to answer every question. And number 3 is that chat is going to get to gamble some channel points if the guest will beat the clock. So, Malty, if you could please help me by starting a prediction of whether
No.
of whether or not today's guest will beat the clock. 60 seconds per question. No, 60 seconds all together. The prediction is up. Please go put your votes in here. Quick. Speed. 60 for all. 60 for all. Like I'm talking is speed. Oh, hey, that's my good friend KP. Hello, KP. Oh, Tara. Can't get out of my country. Well, maybe we need to get sponsored by a VPN. That's maybe what I'm saying. So we get some hookups from all of y'all. I mean, I didn't say that. That's not legal. Alrighty, I see a lot of people in there. Yeah, sorry, KP, have no faith. I see someone with 1,000 to know.
Understandable. Yeah,
KP.
no, Charles has got it. I'm so slow.
Hello, VPN
let's
company.
go.
Alrighty, so let's see who's gonna take it. Let's see who take it. KP, you feeling ready? You feeling good? Feeling ready for this?
Sure.
That doesn't sound confident, but okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
Chat, if you are ready, can you please spam that love to let me know that you are ready to harass, bug, and remind KP that you have channel points on this, and you'd like to win some channel points, please. All right. So
Let's go.
this is how it's going to work. I'm going to ask one question, and then go on after you finish answering, I'm going to get to the next one. I
Okay,
need
hold
you to make sure that you are, well, what's the thing? What's it called? To make sure you're not explaining the stories. Just give me like shorter answers, and then we'll kind of go from there after. We'll recap after in that kind of sense.
Okay.
All right. Another deep breath, chat.
Why am I nervous?
Nerves setting
Let's
in
go.
now. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. We are starting right about is the
You're just
anxiety
teasing
building?
Mal.
Is the anxiety building? I'm just kidding. I do it every guest. For those of you that didn't hear, it's the chat. Some of the chat hates it. It's at this point. I think they're just giving up on me at this point. Yeah, pause chat. Exactly. All right, for real now. Clock is starting when I start the first question. Starting right about now. What is your favorite word?
Please.
What is your favorite food?
Pasta.
What is your favorite drink?
Water.
What's your favorite number?
7.
What is your favorite movie?
What is my favorite movie? I don't know any movie that I've ever watched. Howl's Moving Castle.
Favorite memory?
My dad riding a bike, and I was like in the back, and we
Favorite-
went to like figure skating practice. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Favorite vacation?
Favorite what?
Favorite vacation you ever taken?
To Turkey with my mom.
Favorite animal?
Dogs.
Favorite family tradition?
Christmas.
And favorite gift you've ever received?
Favorite gift I've ever received? Sunflowers.
Unfortunately, you just missed the countdown by like, I'm talking seconds.
I'm so sorry. I told.
You're apologizing to me? You shouldn't
Don't
apologize
hit
to
on
me
me.
anymore.
Don't hit on me. I'm sorry, chat. I'm doing my best. I
Oh my
swear.
goodness. Oh, you were so close though. You're very close. I'll give you that. Multi, can you give
The
everyone
movie thing got me.
you did it? There's always one
Do
that's
I watch
someone.
movies? I don't know.
I actually was
Have I
gonna
ever
give. I was
seen
actually
one?
gonna go on to I forget movies, and I was like, you said I don't know, and I was like, okay, I was right. I actually wrote IDK, and then you said Howls, and I was like, okay. So congratulations to those who are no. Some people are happy. Yes, some people bugs. Some people that have a nice little 2 beside their names, huh?
You guys have too much faith in me. Don't.
Really though. I mean, to be fair, KP did say.
I did say I'm so.
Exactly. All right, let's go from the very top and work our way down here from number 1 to 10.
All
You
right.
said your favorite word is please, which is very polite. Why? Excuse me. Why is please? Favorite word?
It's the word please doesn't exist in Finnish. First of all, like there's no word for please.
Oh,
We just say thank you for everything. Like if you sort of I don't know, ask someone for water, you say water, thank you, rather than like water, please.
interesting.
So yeah, I like it in English. It's a nice word to like be polite, and I think it's necessary.
It
to
is.
use.
It is necessary to be polite. Exactly. You are right. Said your favorite food is pasta. Is there a specific
Oh,
type
hell
of pasta?
Or like spinach and feta or something.
Oh, okay.
Like the creamier the better. I just love pasta. I'm sorry.
That is good. Pasta's really pasta's
So
great.
good.
I had pasta for lunch today. I pasta last night. It's been good. Tortellini.
You know what's up.
It's great. And I apparently say that wrong because Multi gave me crap for it, but
I wouldn't know how to say it either.
well, I don't know how to speak English half the time, so and I go to my German friends for that for the knowledge apparently. So your favorite drink is water. A good choice. A good choice.
Yeah.
Favorite number you said was number 7. Is there any like
Yeah.
specific date, or is there a sports number that you used to wear? Or what correlates with 7 to make that your favorite number?
I genuinely don't know. I think like I've had my favorite number as 7 since I was a kid. But I also like 37, which is why it's in my Twitter handle. Go follow me on Twitter. I'm kidding. But
I'm
like
not. Chat.
yeah, I don't know. I just like gravitated towards that number. Like I don't yeah.
Okay. Hey, hey,
I'm
it's
sorry. It's
lucky
such
number
a
7.
boring story.
No,
Like
lucky number
yeah,
7. I get it. It's all good.
yeah.
I by the way, I have hugs. I'm ignoring you. Pretty much out with that passive before you passed away. Oh, it's Iggy. What's up, Iggy? How's it going, Iggy? Iggy, by the way, everyone, NTF Iggy, our resident throat goat. Don't ask me why. I ain't telling you. What's up, Iggy? Good to see you, buddy. Oh my goodness. The favorite movie you said was Howl's?
Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. That's not even true. That was the first movie.
What is your favorite movie then? Now you've been
I
able to
don't
actually
know.
Really? No?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a movie that I've seen so many times, and like I've seen Howl's like 3 times, so maybe that. But
Okay.
like any Ghibli movie will do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a big like movie watcher, I think.
Okay.
Like I'll watch movies like once and then I'll be like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm like that too. It's like I'll watch a movie like, you know, my fix is done. I'll see you in a month, maybe longer.
And I'll probably like obsess over it. If I like go see it in theaters or something, I'll obsess over it for like weeks and I'm like, it was the best movie I've ever seen, and then I'll forget about it.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen a movie before. I don't know what you're talking about. Favorite movie favorite memory you said was with your dad. You were riding on a bike to go figure skating or
Yeah.
practice. So explain more to that. What made that so special to you?
I mean, I love my dad. My dad's like my favorite person ever.
Mhm.
So like any sort of memory with him, I hold really close to me. But that particular one, I just like we joke about that sometimes and everything. It's just like my dad just like always got me, you know. But yeah, when I was a kid, like this must be like one of my earliest memories as well. My dad would because we didn't always have a car, so my dad would just like cycle me to like practice because
Aw.
that was the fastest way to get there.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet. Aw.
Yeah.
Favorite vacation you ever taken? You said going to Turkey with your mom. What made that so
Yeah.
special?
I just finished high school and my mom was like, "Do you want to celebrate somehow?" And I was like, "Yeah." And yeah, we're like it's the girls in the family, so we took a vacation. It was really nice and
That's-
special.
That sounds nice. That sounds awesome. Sounds relaxing, especially after like finishing
Oh,
everything
yeah.
with high school and stuff like that too. I say your favorite animal is dog. Do you have a specific type of dog, or is it just all dogs? Because I mean, they're all.
Just all dogs, but my parents have a Dalmatian, and she like I babysit. She's some here as well.
Oh, so cute.
Not today. I'm sorry. No dog cameo.
That's right. We saw the picture of the dogs on Who Are You? That works for me, I guess. What's it called?
Like, all right, that's enough. Thank you. Bye.
Favorite family tradition you said was Christmas. What holds that
Yeah.
special? Obviously, I can relate definitely to. What would you say is what holds that kind of specialness to your Christmas in a sense?
I mean, we have very few sort of family traditions. I feel like Christmas is one of the times where we like do everything together. We do the whole prep. We like all of the kids are adults, like we're all like over 25. But we like go home to my parents, we sleep over, we like bake gingerbread cookies. It's like we make like a whole thing about it. It's not just like us showing up for dinner. It's like we prepare for it together and all that. So yeah, it's just really special. And obviously, when everyone's busy as an adult, you don't get to spend that much time together. So yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
very important.
You said you said you have a couple of siblings. How many siblings do you have?
I have 2. I have an older brother and a twin brother.
Oh, you have a twin brother. Okay.
I do.
Oh wow. Well, we
He's
got-
cooler than me.
Oh, well. Next episode of Connections. Okay. What's
I'll
it called?
call him up.
Sounds great. Episode of Who Are You? I'm kidding. I just had an idea. What if we did a Who Are You twins version?
Ooh,
That might be
I'd
interesting.
watch that.
Multi,
I'm not saying I would be in it, but like I'd watch that.
I need you to send me a message on Discord so I don't forget about that because that's an idea that's never coming back. I know. No, I know. There's a lot of creators we've had on here that has twins. There's a lot of like interesting things we could do here with this. Malty, you just send me a DM, please. Malty, are you awake? Malty- I'm just kidding.
He's like
Hello,
snoozing
Melon.
in the
Good to
chair.
see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know Malty's been very like relaxed today, which is, I mean, it's okay, but I worry he's gonna fall asleep on me. That's okay. Something about what the fuck did you just say? What?
I'll tell Susan.
He sent me a message that I did not. What? That was from before. Oh, okay. Okay. You're gonna have to figure out what that message was. Can you? Something about twin episode. Thank you. That's what I need. Thank you. We're gonna do that. It's gonna happen. We'll do it. I don't know when we'll do it, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Bye, Pogs. We'll miss you. Love you. have a good sleep. Favorite gift you've ever received? Did I say I had a melon? Hi, Melon. You said was a sunflower, which I think is very interesting. Why a sunflower?
I mean, it was just special from like the person that gifted it to me at the time. And yeah, it was the first time anyone's ever gifted me flowers in a sort of romantic sense, if you will. So it was really nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I see. So I was gonna ask you like who it came from. Oh, okay, interesting.
Mm.
Ooh. Maybe we'll get into that later. Who knows? I don't know. Well, that is quick question.
Spicy.
Exactly. So that is quick questions. You were very close. Hey, you did a great job, KP. You did better than you set yourself out to. I think you shot lower and you actually did pretty decent. So I'll give you that. Don't kick yourself too much.
We almost got there.
Exactly. You must have been only like 5 seconds
Metaphor
off.
for life. I'm kidding.
Sorry.
Nothing. Sorry. This is an
What
awkward joke.
What are these sly comments coming out of you? It's funny because there was
sorry, this is my sense of humor.
It's great. No, it's lovely. We love it. The thing is it's funny because I never saw this. I think probably because we were just so go and who are you that I didn't get to see so many of these sly comments. You got I think 1 or 2 in there. The other thing is I was like, and they were funny, but like it's funny because like I don't like I'm so like hyper focused on who are you to make sure that like it doesn't.
Yeah, everything's working.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is like I don't get to actually focus on those little small things unless it's like a big thing that happens. Yeah, like Lucy twerking, for instance. Like,
Oh, beautiful.
yeah, really. If you haven't seen that, you can go in the clips and actually see it. The rest of the episode, you cannot because it's no VODs. Should have been there. However, I have some questions for you throughout here. I think, Malty, can you confirm? Is the questions actually working on stream here today? I hope they are for the channel points. Just want to make sure. If you guys have any questions, just a reminder: if you'd like to ask any questions to me or today's lovely guest, feel free to use them in the channel points. But my question to you is, what made you want to start streaming? Like, what was the first thing from getting kind of on here, clicking that go live button? What would those first moments look like, and then leading up to and to brings you kind of here? What made you want to start that and going there and starting streaming? Is what I meant to say.
Going live.
That's what's
It's crazy because I genuinely don't even remember. Like, I'm pretty sure my first stream thing, because I started my Animal Crossing Instagram, like earlier than I actually started streaming, and then I saw a whole bunch of like people that I followed stream, and I saw that like, oh, they didn't like. Because for me, streaming's always been like, oh, you have to have this like amazing setup. You have to have the gaming chair. You have to have the freaking cat ear headphones. Like that's where you start off. Like that's in my head. I'm like, okay, you have to have all that before you start, but that's not true. So I was like, okay, so let me try this with my stupid ass laptop. Let me go live, stream some Animal Crossing, see if people are interested, see if I like it, if I can even like, hold a conversation. But yeah, it went well. I genuinely can't even remember if anyone showed up. I'm pretty sure I bugged a few of my friends to come and like watch my first stream, like be like, hey, please come and comment something so it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, I started streaming Animal Crossing, and then I was like, yeah, this is sick. I wanna try other stuff, and then yeah, kind of just went from there. Just starting like I don't think I've had any sort of particular goals or anything at any point during this. So I'm just kind of like
just
going along.
Just a hobby in a sense,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's
Yeah.
that's definitely how. Like I think a lot of people start off streaming with the intent that I'm going to make this full-time job, at X sort of thing. And
Yeah.
I obviously fall into that kind of thing as I would love to, but I'm not
Mm.
putting on a time on it. If it happens, it'd be great. If it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
it would kind of suck a little bit. I'd be probably a little bit upset, but like at the end of the day, it's all good. Like like I've had a lot of fun, and that's what I'm most focused on, is having fun and enjoying this. And at this point, it is a hobby. I mean, there's a lot of things that have turned it into kind of a working sense. And I like to be prepared in a working sense in case it ever does one day. I don't have to change a lot of things. It's kind of keeps that mindset, but it's definitely been I think that's a good way to kind of enjoy it and just enjoy it. And that's the most important part. And I can definitely agree with that. So obviously you being the first ever PNG streamer, PNG tuber. Yeah, PNG. I guess both work, right?
PNG tuber.
PNG tuber on connections. I have a question for you that has never been asked before. Is what made you decide to do a PNG tuber versus just doing a face cam like I think most people, or just not doing anything at all?
Well, partially it is like just that like my setup is kind of crappy. Like I stream on my MacBook Air and flood the hate comments on MacBooks, but like yeah, I stream on my MacBook Air. It's not like the best setup. Like this is my laptop's camera and everything. So I feel like if I eventually do decide to sort of stream with a face cam on, I would want that to be of higher quality. Because obviously, like I have a good capture card, which already sort of hopefully gives like a good gaming experience, like gives a nice crisp view of how I'm getting destroyed in Splatoon. But yeah, I don't know. But then I like the reason that I still had something on screen is because I wanted there to be some sort of connection to the person that was speaking. And yeah, I just went online and I was like, what do I what do I look like? Which is a horrible part of it. I'm like, do I look like this at all? Like, are people just gonna think that I don't know?
Getting
I'm
catfished.
nowhere near it. Yeah. Yeah, just catfish. I'm not this cute. I'm cuter. But yeah.
That's how we like to talk about ourselves right there. Exactly. That's some facts. See, I'm most impressed. You said MacBook Air and you're like, yeah, because I'm gonna get roasted for this. I'm more impressed that your MacBook Air can actually handle that because I
Right.
started streaming. I don't have my laptop around me. It's behind. It's way back behind me. But I used to stream on a MacBook Pro when I first started streaming, and it was
Yeah.
like 2017 version, and it's like a decent like version. Like it's not the best, but it's decent enough. And it no work. It looked like it was bad. Like I tried to do connections and it wasn't as many overlays by any means, and it was it definitely qualifies as laptop abuse. Yeah, that was my laptop that was getting abused. And I think about a month or so in, about a month in, I ended up purchasing this PC that I now stream on for streaming. So hey, I'll give it to you. The props to you for actually being able to make what you have work, and it definitely it goes to show, like, I mean, hey, if you are determined enough to stream, I would have never guessed that your stream quality looks amazing. So it's not like I would have never been like, that's so choppy. What the heck? Because I mean, there's definitely some people like you have to put on the certain like settings and stuff like that to get it to that point. But I will say is your stream, I would have never even guessed that it was on a MacBook Air for that much, because I know Airs are a little bit like the kind of like it's not a pro sort of thing, and so like that's that's even more impressive on top of that, considering what I have done in the past, and it no work. Mid 70s, 2017. Maybe I did say mid 70s. I don't know. Okay. We got a question from our lovely viewers here, and the question comes, and no one escapes this one, KP. And you are no different. This one comes from our lovely mod Multi. Multi says, and this one has a little bit of has grown kind of legs to this. This is a little bit over the this has come over time. It's gotten from one question to now three. And it's what it is, and yes, it's right. Donovan is the one who usually asks this one, but I don't think Donovan's here today yet, or at least
Mal looks so happy with himself.
Is he? I can't see him. That's all right though. What's it called? And then the is toilet paper over or under?
Oh, I mean, it has to be over.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Was that going to be the end of
Yes.
end of
It might have been.
the?
Yep. We all just go home.
Mal was just gonna mute me. Be like,
just
Wrong opinion.
disconnect.
I just figured if you were gonna mute me after anything, it would have been the laptop thing. But you already know about that, so.
And then the from that, like I said, there's some more things that go into here as well. Fun fact: the patent for toilet paper is going over. You're right, Charles. You're right. You are correct. That is right. And what's it called? When we're wiping, are we scrunching or are we folding?
Oh, you fold.
2 for 2. I'm liking
Do you-
KP.
Do you think I'm crazy?
Please, someone clip that. Hang on. Please, someone clip that. That is so funny. Scrunch. I don't know. Scrunch just seems risky. That's all I'm saying. It just seems like
I just feel like you're wasting toilet paper. First of all, I have way too many opinions about this.
Hey, no, well, I'm here
you're
for it.
wasting, You're wasting toilet paper, and like it just does that feel comfortable to you?
I
Like a
don't know.
genuine question. No,
Iggy.
can't.
We gotta have a talk, Iggy, after stream in the Discord. We're having a talk. What you need to? I'm gonna hear you out. I'm here to hear all types of opinions, even if yours is wrong.
An intervention.
Yeah, exactly. Sit down, Iggy. What's it called? Hey, Iggy. Which way you put your toilet paper? I mean, Iggy, didn't you say also too that you put your milk before your cereal too? So maybe we shouldn't talk, you psychopath.
That's not okay.
I was gonna say is, and then the final question: when we're wiping, are we going front to back or back to front?
What are you wiping? Like
What? We're all talking about the same spot
back
here.
to front. I feel like.
Back to front?
Is this it? Is this it?
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
I-
Front to back. Why we?
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Back
no,
to front.
Okay. Go burr. Yeah, everything. It's supposed to go front to back. Hey, everyone can do what they want. That is fine. I mean, I'll listen to your opinions. What the fuck? Don't respect me. It's cereal first. Okay. Iggy. How do I unsub? I was gonna get a bunch of like unsub things. Do you think I'm crazy? Yeah, thank you, Multi. Exactly. Moth says, I wish I could watch properly, but I don't want to wake up Lucy at 1 a.m. But hey, legends, you're both to. Thanks, Moth. I love you. Can you give like nice little head pats and maybe a hug to Lucy for us?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Just answer yes. Yeah. Correct. Okay. I have another question for you. What is the TLDR version of your life? From the first kind of moments of the small little KP growing up and with the apparently, as you've said, better twin, which I don't know if I believe, but we'll find out. Maybe I'll meet him. What's it called? Growing up with the twin, which is also something interesting. Going through things like getting on the back of a cycle to get to figure skating practice, or going with mom to flying with mom and the girls to Turkey. What does that look like from getting to that point to the KP that we know and love now on Twitch TV, and another crossing on Instagram? What does that look like? Those in between parts.
I'm gonna have to start with like, what was the abbreviation that you used?
It's TLDR, so too long didn't read. So like basically summed up
Okay.
version essentially.
That's brand new to me. Okay.
It's okay, you're not the first one who said that. Maybe I didn't change the wording on that. It's all good.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I probably mentioned this on stream, but I was born in California, so I was born in LA. We didn't really stay there for long, because the U.S. healthcare sucks, and my parents were like, "Yeah, we don't want to raise our kids here." Sorry, and my parents were completely Finnish, so we moved back to Finland basically. Yeah, I don't know. I think the most notable thing about me, if I were to sort of like introduce myself to anyone, is and I've probably also mentioned this, but I did figure skating for 15 years. So I started that when I was 3. That's sort of where my memories of like the memory of my dad and a lot of like who I am sort of stems from, I guess. When you do sort of something competitively for so long, I feel like you develop a certain kind of mindset. I've like every conversation that I've ever had with anyone that's done competitive sports to that degree sort of has that understanding. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But yeah, did that for a while, and then decided after high school that I want to do something else, and then I moved to Scotland. I was like, where should I go? What should I do? And then I had this amazing English teacher in high school, and she was like, well, she was the one that recommended that I move to Scotland, and she's to thank for all the amazing friends and all the amazing that I made there, because I feel like that's also like an integral part of who I am. The fact that I lived there and made the friendships that I did. I think Charles is in chat, and yeah, met Charles there and everything, and yeah, where am I now? Scotland. Studied psychology and English literature, though my English fails sometimes, so I'm debating, giving back my degree. And then what else did I do? And then yeah, sort of finished uni, and then I moved back, and I feel like I'm still in the sort of phase of trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up, and I don't know if that'll ever stop. I do feel like you can sort of always be looking for new ways to improve yourself and find new paths if the one that you're on doesn't feel like it's you. Um, any questions, class?
I think it's lovely though. No, it's okay. Hey, it's your story. It's whatever
Sorry,
you
I
want.
feel like I skipped a lot, but
If you can go back if you want. Do you want to? Is there anything you
no,
thought of that you
it's
added?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that's awesome, and obviously we're going to dive into certain things here and there throughout the stream here today. But it's interesting is you've definitely lived a lot of kind of the world, and obviously more probably in Europe than I mean probably North America. From what you said, he's mostly just California, and then moved over to kind of
Yeah,
Europe.
like almost immediately after.
Yeah. So
My parents were like, "Nope."
psych, we gone.
Yeah.
I mean that's awesome. I think
You're
is
doing great, Brent.
thank you, Iggy. Love you, Iggy. Even though you might be Scruncher, which is I mean it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. Oh, Jay's back. Hi, Jay. Congratulations. How'd your funnel go? But I will say, as far as that is like I agree with you. I think that last part was perfect. He said, and I'm definitely going through something similar. Is I don't think I want to ever be done. I don't want to be finished project. I want to be continuously growing and learning, and whether that's evolving in some sort of fashion, whether that's in creatively, or whether that's in just life and work, or wherever I might kind of want to put that is. That's what I always want to be doing. And I mean, definitely there's been the times, especially this past week, where I'm like, what am I gonna do with myself? Like, am I doing the
Yeah.
right things here right now, or am I just kind of wasting time? And that's been something that I've definitely struggled with a bit. So I can definitely understand that in a sense, as well. And
Yeah.
so. Yeah. We got one question here that we got before we're gonna go break, and this is from another one from Malty. Malty, I will say, Malty has some great questions. Malty says, by the way, Chad, if you'd like to add in your question too, if you have any questions like that, feel free to put it into the channel point there. Ask a guest question or ask me a question, and we will ask it on stream. Hello, Melly, welcome in. Oh my god, I'm a big fan. What's it called? And Malty asks, with your figure skating, has there ever been an outside pressure to make it more than just or in quotations, just a hobby? If yes, how did it affect you and your skating, and how did you handle it?
Well, I feel like yes. The problem with like any sort of hobby like that is you want to be good, but then when you are sort of better than average, there's like always expectations for you to do better and better and better. Because if you're, unfortunately, I did quite well. I like competed in nationals and Nordics and stuff, so I feel like at that point, obviously, there's a part of you that thinks like, oh, I'm gonna make this into like, why can't I think of that English word? God, I'm gonna make this like make a living out of this.
Mhm.
That's a career, KP. That's the word. Is career. but so I'm gonna make a career out of this. That's sort of like the once you get to a certain level, you're like, okay, I can actually do this. Um, but it's hard. It's really hard, and it takes a lot of dedication. And it's insane the people that actually end up doing it. There's people that I know competing in the Olympics right now. People that I've actually skated with. But yeah, it's crazy, and but I feel like I've been lucky enough to have the parents that I do that have always simultaneously when I did the sports thing, they've always valued like education. They've always valued, um, yeah, just growing as a person, like having other priorities, I guess. And yeah, but
Yep.
it's not easy though, because there's like, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I feel like I lost the question. I just went on.
No, hey, this is tangents are good. We live for the tangents here. It's all good. It's wherever you want to take us. We'll ride along and have fun. We want to hear your story today, so that's all good. You said that what's good. Would you say for you figure skating was just a hobby? Was it just meant to be a hobby, or was it something that you, because you said you were good, like you were, it sounds like you're self-aware. You were quite good at it. It wasn't like it wasn't something that was just like, oh, everyone says I'm good. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And did you ever want to make something out of it, or was it just purely to get like kind of out and skating, and it was something you enjoyed and you just wanted it to be a hobby? You didn't want to make it anything to like a job in a sense, and what was it?
Well, I would have loved to make it into a job. I feel like this is just another topic, but I do feel like um when you do something so seriously from young, like I started competing when I was 13. Not overly seriously back then, but obviously it develops like over time. You Let's just say that I wish that I would have gone to like a sports psychologist or someone who would have sort of helped me navigate like the feelings that come with the pressure and with the I don't know how to explain it properly, but I wish I would have made more out of it, but I'm really glad that I also quit when I did, so that I did have the opportunity just to sort of make my life into something else. Because I know people that sort of ended up quitting a bit later on, and then they're still sort of there and aren't really sure of their identity, I guess. Yeah.
Because you align yourself so closely with kind of the person that's the figure skater in a sense, and or with that sport or that thing that you do, and
Yeah.
definitely it becomes part of you, and it's hard because you want to be. It's hard because you want to kind of, you're not defined by one thing. You know what I mean, like that's so hard,
Yeah.
and I can definitely understand that is I'm interested to kind of hear a little bit more about like the sports psychology and stuff like that, because I think that that's something that I've just like read up and learned about, because me being an avid hockey fan, a lot of the players there,
Yeah.
and hockey and like sports like American football are very like masculine, toxic in a way sports, in a sense, is where you're like, oh, you hurt something, get up and keep going type of thing. It's not take care of yourself, which is I think a little bit backwards, and I think people are starting to slowly realize that now,
Yeah.
and which is good, but I think it's way later than it should ever popped up, and I think there's so many things that um, that affect athletes that are at like a high thing, and like you said, is there's a huge pressure, whether it's just from you, whether it's from family, friends,
Yeah.
peers, to make sure that you get there, you go to the next step, you push the next step. And that's hard when you don't really know how to do that. And especially at, like you said, at a young age, like imagine being 13 and already having to go through the things that you already have to go through as a 13-year-old
Yeah.
kid. And on top of also being someone who's really like good at a sport or something like that.
Yeah.
It adds definitely a thing. So I'm interested to hear your take on that a little bit later here as well. That's definitely something that interests me as well. Kind of how you work through that a bit. We do have one more question here, and that comes from Moth IRL, Lucy's wonderful
I'm
girlfriend.
I visited their stream the other day. They're so lovely.
They're wonderful. They are wonderful. And they ask, how tired are you right now?
Actually, not at all. Do I look tired? I mean, it's just because I've been so nervous. I mean, excited. Sorry. I've been so excited.
You're allowed to be
to be a
nervous. That's
part of this.
okay. You're allowed to be nervous.
I
That's
know,
totally
but you
okay.
always told like, oh, don't say nervous. Say that you're excited. to sort of flip it around.
I mean,
but,
it's anxiety either way. But yes,
yeah.
sure. But yes, okay. That's the thing is like,
Yeah, I'm not really tired. I feel like it'll hit me after. I'll like crash. That's what happened to me the last time.
oh, I'm so excited. Also, KP. Yeah, exactly. Um, for real, there, Jay. Well, first off, before we hit a break here, I just want to say hi to all the people that are in here. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with Moth. You do not look tired at all, and you seem to have a lot, way more energy than who are you. And I think it also helps that you also.
You're doing great, Bren.
Thank you, Arrow. What's also you also know who we are now. You've kind of gotten to see what we do
Yeah.
here. It's not like I'm.
I get to say all my stupid comments.
I better get at least one or two out of you. There better not be. You better not hide those from me. There we go. This will be a total bust. No, okay. Hello Nova, welcome in. Good to see you here. I see you've been in here for a little while. I'm sorry for not saying hi earlier. Hello B. Good to see you B. Did I miss anyone else? Anyone else that's in here that's been here for a little while? Obviously Moth. Hi Moth. But we're gonna take a quick little break here. We're going to be back shortly. We're not going to go for too long. We're going to be back shortly. When we come back... Oh, I missed a hydrate. Sorry, Arrow. You give me a hydrate. We got a hydrate there, KP. Get your sippy sips. Thank you so much, Arrow. I love you. Thank you for taking care of me. Miss Lurk Sally got a homework. That's all good, B. Thank you so much. So, we are going to hit a little break here. However, when we do that, I want you all to go get some water as well. Hydrate yourself. Maybe go to the bathroom, the washroom, whatever you want to call it. I call it washroom. You can call it bathroom, restroom, whatever you want to call it. Go
pee.
Yeah. For lack of better words. What's it called? And then when we come back, we're gonna do 2 Choose 1 Lie. And 1 or 2, maybe, people are gonna be getting VIP today in this stream. So don't go anywhere. We're giving away VIP to someone in chat, most likely, if you guys can get the majority, or if I can get it right for the 2 Choose 1 Lie. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a second. Enjoy the reels. Don't cry too much. Don't cry. Apparently some people were crying last time, and I feel bad for that. Don't cry. I mean, if you do, it's okay. I'll hold you. What's it called? And we'll see you guys in just a moment. Go get some water. I'm watching you. Go get some water. I'll see you in a sec.
You take an abrupt exit from everything online. First it was like maybe every other day, which was like, that's a little weird. And then it became 3 days, 4 days, a week at a time. And I just had to sit with that giant question mark. And I got basically a 1 message heads up after not hearing from them about why things could not continue. And it was just a lot of external forces that caused some issues. All their social media has vanished. They're gone. And I haven't heard from them since. And sometimes you cannot get closure. Sometimes you just have to move on without knowing the answer.
If you could ask a single person 1 question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they could be dead or alive.
I think I would ask my dad if he wanted to be around more. I feel like I wanted him around, but I never knew how to ask. I always kind of wondered that. And clearly being almost 30, it still kind of eats at me. But I do think about that a lot. I always wonder if he wanted to be around more and he just maybe didn't know how to, or like what was it there that happened? Because I think not only me, but I think my sisters needed him too. I think we needed him and he wasn't there, and I never understood why. And I don't even know, maybe he would say I don't know. And that's okay, but I think there would be some sort of answer that I could say, okay, I can accept this.
If you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
I think it would end with something along the lines of, and she was happy. I think the ultimate goal of life is to achieve happiness. I hope happiness for every single person. That is the ultimate goal. It just perfectly summarizes it. You just want to be happy in life. I don't have to be big and famous and be filthy rich. I just want to be happy. That's all I want. It's very simple, but I just want to be happy.
What is the best advice that you have ever received?
It was to prioritize myself. I was always worried about my friends, and eventually that took a toll on me. My therapist was like, you have to focus on yourself. At the end of the day, you can't help everyone as much as you want to, and you can't please everyone. So focus on yourself, really understand how you're feeling, and set your boundaries. You have to prioritize your well being.
What is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
You're the only person that can take care of yourself. Ultimately, you can ask others for help, and often you can get help, and that's wonderful. But when it comes down to it, you're brushing your own teeth every day, you're putting pants, you're the one taking care of yourself, you have to. If I want things to get done, I have to be the person looking for change.
What life-changing event have you experienced?
So I was with this person for just under 3 years, I think. But in that time, I basically completely isolated myself from my family, my friends. I was just like a typical, like very insecure teenager. I moved out just to be closer to this person. And this was a kind of like very controlling environment. Like they decided what I dressed, what I said. I couldn't swear because it wasn't ladylike. I couldn't buy protein powder because it would make me bulky. Developed an eating disorder. Didn't go to college for this person. It was a very, very controlling environment, and I moved in with this person when I was 18. And that was where I actually realized what kind of situation I was in. I think the worst part about it was because I had isolated myself so much, there are people that I lost because I didn't go spend time with them when I could. I was only allowed to be around that person, and that's it. You know, I lost my grandmother, and I lost someone who was basically a father to me during that time. And I think that's actually one of the things that created a turning point for me was when I lost that person, and the person that I was with told me that I just had to get over it. And I think mental abuse is something that's not talked about enough. I want people to know because I want people to be able to learn. If there is somebody in your life that is telling you how to dress and how to act and who to talk to and who to be around, that person is toxic and is not worth a moment of your time.
What is your biggest fear in life?
Regret. So I never want to put myself in a shoulda, woulda, coulda scenario. I want to know that I did my best in every scenario that I've ever been across. I want to know that if I thought I should be doing it, I did it. Even if I tried, who cares? I tried. If I failed, whatever, I tried. But I never want to regret not doing something. This is how I see it. You get born, there's that dash in the middle, and then you die. So it's all about, did you make your life worthwhile? Did you live to the fullest? Did you enjoy that moment? Because you got to remember, everything that you did, you don't take with you. Everything that you gained, you don't take with you. You got to understand that I got to enjoy what's here in the now. So absolutely, my biggest fear in this world will always be regret.
You're watching Connections, a podcast about human connections, premiering every Tuesday on Twitch TV/Brengra. What is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
You live your life for you and you don't live it for anybody else. In reference at the time, it was about my dad and how I wanted to live my life. And you live your life for you. This is your life. You make it the way you want to. You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time type thing. Do whatever makes you happy.
What life-changing event have you experienced?
So I was dating a girl and she just disappeared out of nowhere and she didn't really tell me why. Her parents showed up. Her mom gave me a letter. I was like, oh wait, where is she? It's just like, she recently passed away. That was like a life-changing moment to me because like in the letter it says, I apologize for not letting you know what happened to me because I didn't want you to be in the same pain where I was going to. Because at the time, she didn't tell me, but she had cancer. I was like, wow, I didn't know what that meant. That explains why she was very distant to me towards the end of the relationship. And what the note says, I apologize if your outlook on life or love changed because of me. But if you find someone that you truly love, don't let go of them.
Who do you feel closest to?
Like my nan, so my dad's grandma. She passed away because of dementia. That hurt me a lot because I was really close with her. For my 13th birthday, I was having a party at my house and she called an ambulance on herself and she forgot my name. And that kicked me in the ass. And when I lost her, I couldn't stop crying. Even now, I hate crying. But she was an amazing person. Like, she would give me change to go and help with her shopping. She would tell me all these stories of the war in London and stuff when she got evacuated. Like, you could sit down and have a conversation with her for days on end. She was such a beautiful person.
What is a lesson in life that you had to find out the hard way?
One of my first kind of really serious online relationships. We spent a lot of time together, very condensed. Due to their home life, they had to take an abrupt exit from everything online.
Hi, chat. We were a little longer than that. We were a little long. I'm sorry. Hi everyone. How's it going? Welcome back. I see a new friend, Tildren. Hi, little Tildren.
Hi, children.
Welcome into the chat. Good to see you here. First off, I want to say thank you everyone for hanging out. Did everyone go get a drink? I told you to get a drink, everyone. Did everyone go get hydrated?
Did you pee?
Did you? Did you?
Did you?
I was gonna make
Don't tell us.
Oh,
But,
I was like, yeah.
I hope you did.
I feel like it's not TOS. However, I have a little bit of a thing here for you guys. A little bit of a offer for you guys, if you will, like a little deal, if you will. Just as we were on the break.
No. I see this coming.
You pee in your drink. That's not the lemonade I like. What's it called? What does it say? Is we were on break here. I did a thing, and that's why it took me a little longer as well. Is I uploaded a video to YouTube as the first ever Discord exclusive. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, you're like, what the heck is this man's talking about? If you go over to !Discord and you go into our Discord and then you go scroll down to the sofa, which is our general chat, you have to approve some things here and say yes to some rules and stuff. But there's a link there that I just put on into the sofa. It is a unlisted video. You cannot see it unless you are in the Discord. And you can go watch it and go see my first ever time getting a COVID test. Getting things stuck in my brain. So if you
Very
want to
interesting thumbnail.
it is a very interesting thumbnail. It's intriguing. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. And I didn't even create that thumbnail. It was just the YouTube one. So I'm definitely happy for that. So if you want to go see it, go check it out. If you want to wait for after stream, go check it out after stream. Just make sure you're in the Discord, !Discord. Thank you, Multi. However, this is the part of the show where we go into some truths and some lies, and it's a lot of fun. We're going into some statements, and you might be like, what does two truths, one lie have to do with this podcast? What does that mean? Well, chat, I'm going to get you to direct your beautiful eyeballs to the screen here as we run the little intro again here for two truths, one lie. So two truths, one lie, kind of like quick questions has 3 rules, which is a lot easier. However, some of these rules are outdated. Number 1 is that the guest is going to provide 3 statements about himself. 2 are a fact and 1 is a lie. Number 2, the viewers are going to be able to guess the false statement by voting in the poll. If the viewers are correct, we're usually going to do a prize, but however, today's prize is just going to be VIP, as well as if I choose the correct false statement, one of the viewers is also going to get VIP. So 2 people could be leaving here today with VIP. However, starting in March, we're going to be doing a different system. We are looking into a different system of doing some sort of raffles for some things that you might see on stream here behind the scenes or in front of the screen. That will be giving away 1 thing per month, and we'll do it on stream. We'll have some fun. It'll be great. And yeah, so that will be in March. But for now, we're giving away some VIPs. So we're going to see if some of our lovely VIPs can protect their status here. My goodness, I'm getting burpy. I'm sorry. because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a full house right now. So if someone is to get it, someone's going to be removed from the house if we do win it. So KP is like, oh, that's sad. Well, it's what's the worst part, KP? You better make sure this lie is really good because you're going to be the one who's who's kicking them out of the house for me. So we are going to do choose and a lie. KP, can you please tell me what is your 3 statements here in no particular order as I write down the lies that you have here
Statement.
or the statements.
All of the lies, yeah. All the lies. Okay. So number 1, we talked about figure skating. Statement number 1, I've competed in more than 10 countries.
Competed in more than 10 countries.
You got that?
And that's for figure skating you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got number 1 down. Number 2.
Number 2, I dislike whipped cream.
Okay. And number 3.
Number 3, I've never broken a bone.
Ooh. All right, we're gonna run a poll in just 1 second here. Those are good ones. All right, those are good ones. Okay. So we're in a moment here, chat. We're gonna run a oh my goodness, these are tough. I know, right, Charles? I asked for some good ones. Charles, if you know though, I need you to vote in the poll. Actually, I need everyone to vote in the poll. But Charles, looking at you, that's what I'm saying, children. That's what I'm saying. Is I feel like there's maybe the lie there. However, I haven't met many people that doesn't like whipped cream. So the if it was a lie, it would be that she does like whipped cream. So I need you guys to guess 1, 2, or 3. 1 being competed in more than 10 countries for figure skating. Number 2 is disliked whipped cream, or dislikes whipped cream, sorry. And number 3 is never broken a bone. So gasps and dairy. For real though. So I need you guys to pop over there. I watched the COVID test video. Oh my goodness, is everyone coming back from the COVID test video? Come back. No, what's it called?
No, watch it.
And then what's it called? And make sure you're voting. I'm not voting until the end of the poll. What do you mean? You have to vote in the poll. There's no one voting right now, so you got to get some votes up here. Number 1 is competed in figure skating in more than 10 countries. Number 2 is dislike whipped cream. And number 3 is never broken a bone. So 1, 2, or 3. Charles knows too much to tip us off. Charles, you've got some people on the board. Some people selected 2, some people selected 3. Charles, I need you to throw it in there, just quietly. It doesn't show your name. It just puts in there. That's the point of it. If you guys win, someone's gonna be able to get VIP. That's all I'm saying. We want to win. It's true. It is true. It's true. So I need you guys to put it in. We have 1, 2, and 3 being the top ones, the disliking whipped cream, because come on. And number 3 being never broken a bone. And I would say that's an interesting one. That's definitely got my interest peaked there for sure, for being a figure skater for over 15 years and never broken a bone. Seems a bit interesting. However, I was on ice as a hockey player since I was 2 and never broke a bone either. So it is possible. It is definitely possible. However, yes. I missed how to vote because I'm a con. All you got to do is look at the very top of the chat, children. And yeah, exactly. So there you go. You're doing great, children. Anyone in chat, if you haven't already, make sure you go to the top of your chat there and you can vote which is the lie. We're looking at number 1 being that KP has competed in more than 10 countries for figure skating, which, hey, it's a number in there. That could be an issue. Number 2 is disliked whipped cream. Number 3 is never broken a bone. Hello, Fluffy. What's up? Get your votes in now. Get your votes in quick. We're doing the 2 choose 1 lie. Hey yo, Brent. Hey yo, what's up? Number 1 being competing in the lie being competed in more than 10 countries for figure skating. Number 2 disliking whipped cream, and number 3 never broken a bone. 1, 2, 3. Oh, everyone's across the board now. Interesting. We got many people going in 2, but it's a close one. It is a close one now. Oh, more people going 2. Okay. All right. Okay. 2 there. 3 close second though. 1 not so much. See, there's a couple things with me here. So chat's at number 2, KP, but I'm on the fence here. So you said I'm on the fence with all three, not gonna lie. But number one, you said they competed in more than 10 countries. So let's go. So what I don't like about that is that there's a number in there. Numbers become questionable. However, we'll see.
Would I be that smart though?
Yes, it's you. Let's go. Number two is too outlandish to be false. Is it though? Or is that the spin on it, children? Number two, this like whipped cream. I'm slightly offended if it is true. However, we'll see. We'll find out. And number three is that you've never broken a bone, which I could see being true, really. Being someone who's played an ice sport and never broken a bone either. It's definitely possible. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a rare one. I will put it that way. If rare was true, I would have been exact number though. I like Charles. Don't fucking Charles. You're making my head spin a little bit, and now I'm confused because I thought I had my choice, but now I'm like, okay. You know what? So chat's at number two. For the first time in a while, I'm not gonna go with chat. For the first time in a while.
Spicy.
For real. So I'm gonna go with.
I have no idea what order I read these in, by the way.
So you said number one. You said was the more than competed in more than 10 countries. Number two was that you disliked whipped cream, and number three was that you never broke a bone. So that was, you already said them in. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna go with chat though. I've decided that chat can keep the whipped cream one. I'm gonna say. Oh my goodness, KP, you've done a good job at these. I'll give you that one. Number two for sure. Is that what you think? I don't know. I don't think so, Iggy. Should I? I mean, you guys haven't proved me wrong. Okay, fine. Iggy, fine. We'll go together, Iggy. We'll go together as a team, chat. We'll do it together. Fine. Who doesn't like Charles? Stop! You're not making this easier. My brain is hurting. Okay. Charles, if I'm wrong, oh my goodness, Charles, I can't tell. Because there was one person who put number one, and I feel like it's Charles. Charles, we gotta do this to me. Okay, you know what? I'm sticking with my gut. I'm sorry, Iggy. I'm sorry, Charles. I'm sticking with my gut. I'm gonna go number one. KP is the competed in 10 countries. Is that the lie?
No.
Okay. Is chat right? Well, hey, history repeats itself.
Number two, which is the whipped cream one.
The whipped cream. Is that true?
No, that's true. I hate whipped cream.
Chat, we've all been bamboozled.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Wait, so that means number three, that you have indeed broken a bone.
I have broken a bone, yeah. I'm sorry. What?
Wow.
I'm such a good liar.
Oh my god, she's a psychopath. Oh my goodness. Faints in dairy, yeah, really. Laughs in lactose intolerance, yeah. Really though. Oh my goodness.
That's lactose-free whipped cream.
I mean, you could. However,
yeah.
I will say, KP, you have joined 3 other people that it's ever managed to do that, where I've gone with a different person and we've still got it wrong. That those 2 people are Sweet Mango 01, The Bear Project, and now the wonderful TheAgentKP. So you've joined onto a small prestigious list of people who have bamboozled everyone.
Should I be happy that I'm good at deceiving people?
I mean,
I don't think so.
It's not a bad thing, I don't think. I mean, it's that psychology major, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's it. That must be it. Yeah.
You're like,
that's what they teach you. That's what we took classes for. That's a lie to people. Yeah, that's it.
However, we're gonna go through all of these here and kind of dissect them a little bit. Sadly, we're not giving anything. Yeah, exactly. Can we get some claps in chat there, please? Claps and lactose intolerant, please. What's got good soup? Yeah, really. We'll start with the one that's the lie. So obviously you've broken a bone. So what bone have you broken?
A finger. And it didn't even happen on ice or anything. I was at like a friend's birthday party, and I think we were throwing throwing and catching. That's the thing people say. We were throwing a ball, and then I like caught it, and it like hit my finger. And then because I was too terrified as a child to tell anyone that my finger hurts, I just cried, and then they thought I was being over dramatic. But yeah,
So just the
That's
finger
it.
though. Just the finger.
Just a finger, nothing else.
Okay. Okay. And then
Which
you
is still pretty good.
I mean that is pretty good, especially for years on ice and stuff like that. It's common. It's really common. I'm sure you've seen a lot of injuries in your time figure skating. I've seen a lot in my time with the hockey and stuff like that. And so it's definitely. I think
I
in
was
most
gonna
sports.
say, like, if you did hockey, were you guys taught like how to fall down properly? Because I remember that was one of the first things that we did when you'd go on ice as a kid, was they teach you how to fall down so you don't hurt yourself.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't like it. I nothing I would have remembered, but probably. We got taught how to take hits. Like that was probably closer to it because like hockey's more.
That would be probably
because we're not usually
we
falling.
were just taught how to like fall down without like hitting.
Yeah. So I think I'm sure I probably was at some point. It probably would have been too young for me to notice, but I would say is the in hockey obviously you're not usually typically because you're not like doing spins and stuff like that. You're not usually typically losing your balance from skating.
It's like other people that go
exactly. And so that's the thing is that's where it is. Figure skaters fight each other more than hockey players do. Tildren, you got videos, Tildren, huh? Oh god. And then we'll start with the one that I guessed first. So you said you competed in more than 10 countries for figure skating. So do you know the exact number, or is that why?
I was trying to calculate. It's 12 or 13.
Okay. And what are those countries that you've been to?
I had to list them. Well, Finland, unsurprisingly. Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Slovenia, Slovakia, Austria, Romania, Estonia, Croatia, and there was one more that I wasn't sure of, but I didn't write it down, so of course I don't remember it now.
Crazy. Interesting. You've competed in more countries than I've been to. Which is crazy. That is crazy impressive. Exactly. I agree, Multi. And then number 2, for everyone in chat. This Sag is in chat. Imagine teaching Quinn Hughes how to fall. You're talking to my heart there, Iggy. I know, right? You said you dislike whipped cream. Is there a reason for it?
You just look so sad. At the end of the just like whipped cream. I'm like, yeah. Sorry.
Is there there's a reason for it? Is it just is it lactose? Is it just because you just don't like it?
No, the textures is nasty. It's just air. What is there to love?
Compressed air. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
As a barista that doesn't like whipped cream. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's also part of it. Like if you do like a great latte art, whipped cream on top, I'm like, are you sure?
So I've heard.
You want it?
So I've heard.
Can I not just give it to you like this?
Since now I'm judging you, I've heard something about you recently. Apparently, I've heard that because you're barista and you've been doing it for a little while, is that you tend to judge people too on how they order coffee as well. So what I'm wondering, is what are the orders that you would judge on? Like what's something that you judge people on for coffee?
Well, it also it comes down to like how they order. There's a lot of specific group of people that will come in, and I'd normally confirm like, oh, is it regular milk that you want? And people will genuinely respond like, yes, cow's milk. And I'm like,
no.
All right. You just know. You're like, all right, cool. You're one of those people. What else? Yeah, you can just sort of like get a vibe. Normally, like teenagers will order like a caramelized latte or something, and you can just sort of make 5 of them in a row if you see 5 like teenagers come in. You're like, it's a caramelized latte kind of day. You just 5 in a row without even like checking.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What would you say if the like I don't know if it's common in Europe, but it definitely happens fairly often here from what I've heard from people is people getting like just way more cream, way more milk, way more sugar than there is like coffee in a cup. Like
that happens.
So what's called? So they have this thing that's in one of the places that is here is called it's called Tim Hortons, and I don't think it's in Europe if I'm correct. And it's
I
based off
think
of
that's a very Canadian thing.
it's based off a hockey player, so yeah, definitely.
Oh, that'll do it.
And one of the things that they have on there that you can ask for is called the Gretzky, and that is the Wayne Gretzky, a hockey player who who wore the number 99. And so what it is 9 cream
Gretzky.
and 9 sugar, which is like
Oh,
way
that's so
too much of
Yeah.
sugar and cream, in my opinion. At that point, you're just drinking cream. That sounds
Yeah.
sickly. It does. Would something like that be something you judge, or or you let them be if they're a nice person?
I mean, if it's like on the menu and they know what they're ordering, and like something like that, sick. Like if it's called the Wayne Gretzky, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, that's cool. Like I'll make that for you. But if I see them be like, oh yeah, like opening like how many packets of sugar and just pouring it in, I'm like, are you sure you don't just want a caramel latte? Like normally it's the people that are like ordering like a black coffee and they're like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm drinking black coffee, and then they'll pour in like honey and sugar and everything. And I'm like, could you try something else on the menu, please? You might like it better, like as it is. But yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Hey, fair enough. We got a question here from Charles based off of this. What if I feel like I'm getting myself into something here? What if they order chalky milk? How hard is the judgment? Oh my god, I feel like it's gonna be the splash zone there.
No, yeah. Nothing wrong with chalky milk. Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Are you sure?
So Charles visited me at the end of last year, and then we went to like a coffee shop together, and I ordered a chalky milk for him, and apparently he wanted it with ice, and I didn't realize. So why would you drink chocolate milk with ice? Like if you drink it at home, obviously you're not gonna.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Sorry, if you're drinking chalky milk at home, you're not putting ice in it. So why would you go somewhere and then ask? It's fine.
Is it though? Okay, Charles. Like, hey, first off, I'd be the type of person who goes to like a nice cafe and gets chocolate milk too, or that, or a water. So like, I get you. The ice thing though. Are you sure? Like, I don't know. Like, do you also go to like steakhouses and be like, hey, can I get this fresh? Was it? Okay, maybe that is weird then. Okay, hey, if it's warm, I get it. You know what? Sure. You know what? I'll give you this one. Give you this one, Charles. You were right on the 2 choose 1 lie. I should have listened to you. Maybe I should listen to this. Maybe next time I go out, I'll be the pain in the ass that asks for ice and like chocolate milk. I'm just kidding. Just go with the milkshake at that point. It's not the same. Don't you sit there and tell me it's the same, Tara. Not happening. Milkshakes and chocolate milk, not the same. Chocolate milk with ice. Why? Hey, try everything once. Am I right? However,
What's your order then?
What is my order?
Yeah.
A venti water.
Do you get the Wayne Gretzky?
I don't drink coffee. If anything, I would probably drink tea.
Chalky milk.
Yeah.
No.
With ice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry.
What's it called? It was if anything, I would probably get what's it called? If I was getting anything, I'd probably get a green tea with honey. And that's like quite a bit of honey. Yeah, I don't need the caffeine. I'm wired enough. Exactly.
Yeah.
I need something that's gonna calm me down, not spike me up. So
yeah.
You know, maybe for when I'm feeling like too like warm, maybe I'll have a chalky milk with ice. I'm gonna send something in our Discord like me like open up like chocolate milk with just ice.
I'd leave the server.
KP has left the server.
Yeah.
Well, that is 2 choose 1 lie. We have gone through the last, what is it? Almost 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Kind of learning about you and your figure skating a little bit. We've heard a little bit of stories about from your parents. We've heard about how your toilet paper is almost perfect except for the UV wipe. We've heard about you, you judging people for their coffee orders, mainly Charles, but we've heard about how you competed in figure skating as well. Obviously, we've judged you for your whipped cream dislike. But now this is the deep part of the show. This is where we start to ask you some deep questions, those real serious questions, get to kind of know the real KP, and get to kind of poke in the head of who you are in a sense, and get to know a little bit more about you. So I'm gonna start with this one because I think this is interesting. You talked about a little bit on quick questions about you gave us 2 stories actually about your parents, and so I'm interested to know about you talked about your dad being very close with you, but I want to kind of learn a little bit more. And basically, are you close with your parents, and why? And that obviously goes for both, not just your father, but yeah.
I feel like we have a very traditional Finnish parent-child relationship. My sense of humor is really similar to my dad. A lot of like the choices that my dad has made in life are choices that I sort of look up to. Um, yeah, I mean, we don't share everything. There are definitely parts of my life that I we don't talk about. Like we don't have a lot of like heart to heart unless it's something that's like really really important. I don't particularly like I lean on my friends when it comes to that sort of side of things. But yeah, when it's something that like really matters, I feel comfortable talking to my parents about it. I feel like my mother and I were very similar in like not the wrong sense, just in a different way than I would be with my dad. So we sort of clash in that sense. Like we're very hard headed, both of us. Like when we want something, we want it done our way, and then that's it. So that was definitely something, you know, as a teenager when you sort of talk back to your parents and everything, and sort of that side of things. That was definitely something that like I would clash with my mother about. Um, but I feel like as you sort of grow older, you understand that your parents are people too, and they well, and sort of understand where they're coming from. At least for me, I sort of started to gain more interest in like my own roots and where I come from and like therefore where my parents come from. And then started to understand why my parents are the way that they are. And stuff like that. So I feel like our relationship definitely improved to like towards my mom. Our relationship improved. Like yeah, when I sort of grew up a little bit more.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
good.
I don't know. Nothing like too dramatic, nothing too extreme.
I mean, and that's okay.
I feel very lucky. I feel extremely lucky. I have the parents that I do, and they're very supportive of like anything that I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And supportive parents are awesome. You mentioned too, like you said you wish, or sorry, what's it called? You said that you don't often have like the close heart to hearts with your parents unless like it's something that you say like is like very like in your mind like very serious. Do you wish you would
Yeah.
have those more heart to hearts with your parents, or is it something that you're kind of okay with? And
Um, I feel like I'm kind of okay with it. Yeah, I've sort of found that you get different things from different close relationships with your life. Um, Again, lucky that I have those like multitude of relationships to sort of like divide that thing too. Um, but there are things that I don't think I would necessarily go to my parents about. Like if I have like, I don't know, um relationship issues or whatever, I would definitely go to like my friends rather than my parents immediately, because my parents care immensely about me and they would think that it's like way worse probably than what it is, and I don't want to like overly worry them or anything. um but I think I'm quite happy with where we are right now.
that's awesome. That's good. That's good. And I mean, it sounds like a healthy relationship to me from what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So this is awesome. That's good to hear. And then obviously, you said you have your siblings. Are you close with your siblings, and why?
Sort of. Again, I feel like it's a very traditional Finnish
Can you actually
sort of
can you explain
like
that? Because you said about the Finnish thing. You said it's
yeah,
very
sorry.
traditional. Because no, I'm just interested to see like what you would say is like traditional Finnish. Because obviously, like me, never left from North America. Like don't know much about like kind
Sorry.
of.
I was
No,
just
it's
like,
good.
yeah, you know the Finnish.
Yeah, I'm like yeah, totally. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like it's especially like I said, it's one of those things where you talk about stuff when it's serious. You share like the sort of high highs and the low lows type of thing. And then everything that falls in the middle, you kind of have other friendships and relationships for, I guess. And yeah, I it works fine for me. And then yeah, I don't know. Like with my brothers, I feel like with my twin especially, obviously we were very close when we were kids because we went to the same school, we were in the same class. We had sort of like a similar friend group and everything. So I feel like we were very close when we were kids. Nowadays, like not so much. When you sort of, yeah, at least for us, it's been like once I moved away, we talk and everything, but yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. That's
And
nice.
then my older brother is he's cool. He's like a distant cool older brother, you know?
Is there like an age gap?
It's 4 years, so it's not that bad.
Not so bad. Okay.
But yeah. I don't know.
Awesome. So let's go. So it's you and mom, the two females, and so that's like, I guess you said that
Yeah.
Trip to Turkey was so special is because it's surrounded by the testosterone. Sometimes it's nice to to be away from it. So I okay, I see. All right. What is something that you're proud of about yourself?
Wow, hard-hitting questions. I am proud that I always try to see the best in people. That sounds so cliche. But yeah, genuinely, like anyone that I meet, there's been a lot of instances, especially like in uni. I feel like I have a lot of examples of people coming up to me and telling me how someone is, like telling you this person, I view this person as this. And then I would try to go and meet that person with like fresh eyes rather than like what has been told to me about that person. Because obviously everyone's gonna have a different perspective and everyone's gonna view someone differently. But yeah, I'd always like try to meet people as me rather than like try to meet people as like what someone else has told me. Like I feel like I've done quite a good job of like separating my opinions about someone else and then other people's opinions rather than like immediately sort of integrating that into like what I think about them. Does that make sense?
Definitely. And I think I was gonna make a joke and say like, oh, but now you bug people about their coffee orders, but I'm, but I'm just kidding. But no, I think that's a good way to look at it. Is
I didn't say I wasn't judgmental. I'm kidding. I'm not.
Unless you order certain coffee with like
Yeah.
chocolate milk with ice, then maybe.
Yeah, chocolate milk with ice.
But I will say, I think it's a good way to think of things is to be able to take apart from maybe what you have of preconceived notions from someone else that is someone else's opinion that's not yours at all, but maybe something you value
Yeah.
in a sense, but they've said about that person, whether it's positive, negative, whatever it may be, and be able to make your own opinion of that person. And maybe it is the same. Maybe it is that you do really think they are like awesome or really think they're just a terrible person. But at least you get to make that decision on your own, not on someone else's accord. And no, I think that's definitely special. And I think even if too is, I think even in a sense this is something that I've almost learned from doing connections in a sense is obviously people are like, oh, I have this friend that's a streamer. I have this friend that's a streamer. And they're like, maybe they'd be good on this. Maybe they're good on this. And I mean, that's how I meet people a lot of the time is I meet people through people because that's, I mean, how connections work. And exactly. Thank you. What's it called? And but as far as that is that, they'll like introduce me to friends. They'll be, oh, they're so great. They always love to talk, but they don't understand that part of the show where like this show is to be open, to be vulnerable, to be yourself. But yeah, they're this whole personality. They maybe do this sort of thing, which is great. And there's definitely a place for on Twitch in this, but that's not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for someone to, and if they want to switch up their thing and they make it very like a really interesting kind of push to be like, hey, like I'm really wanting to be open on this show. Of course I'd have them on. I'd be happy to have them on if they want to tell their story and they want to use my platform as I'd be honored, depending obviously on the person and who it is. But for the most part, yeah. Is to basically see like a behind the personality. That's what the show is, in my opinion, kind of for. And it's that would kind of like there's definitely those kind of things. Is I'll go meet them for sure. I'm gonna go check them out when someone recommends them because hey, if I get to make a new friend, that'd be awesome. But sometimes it does happen where like people are like, do you not understand that this person's totally faking their thing? Like it's not a real person type of thing.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, like it's things like that. And so I definitely can kind of see where you're coming from in that sense in a little bit too as well. let's see here. This one might be a good one. We haven't asked this one in a long time, but I think you might have I feel like you might have an interesting one for this, KP.
Right.
You've talked a little bit about relationships today. So what is something as for me yesterday was Valentine's Day. What is the most embarrassing thing that you've done for someone that you love?
I don't know. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the answer that would be like funny, cute, whatever, is that I made like a CD mixtape for one of my boyfriends. Like I genuinely like I made a play.
Oh, you're cut out. You cut out there. You cut out there for a second.
Sorry, I like burnt a CD, wrote like stuff on it, and then gifted it to them. But I'm not embarrassed. I think that's pretty fucking cute. And then, but I feel like embarrassing would be probably something like that I did for someone that then wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? That would be embarrassing for me. I don't know.
I mean, the CD ones. It's not. You're right. Like I think it's as far as that. Is it definitely like it might not be the most embarrassing thing, but like it's the most embarrassing thing that you might have done that you might have been like you might have been shy to tell people. But I agree with Melly.
Yeah.
It's cute. Like it is cute. Like it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing you've done, but I think it's something that's definitely interesting.
I haven't like sang on the streets or anything. I don't think that's me.
I changed that.
Have
Okay.
you? I was
No,
gonna say you had a face.
No.
What's the most embarrassing thing that you've done?
Oh, look at this! A guest that thinks they can flip the script. Not kidding.
Give us the tea.
Let's go. I will always answer. I will always answer any questions that guests flip on it. I'm not going to ever put down anything. If I'm asking you, I will be open and honest as well. So hey, fair enough. I mean, someone that makes a mixtape, DM me, Ducky. We'll make it happen. Hi, Primer. Welcome in. The most embarrassing thing I've done for someone that I loved. Let me think. There's one that I had top of my list, and I mean this is it's not the best one, but when I was younger, this is gonna sound like a flex. It's not meant to be. It's just to add context.
Oh no, a flex.
Yeah, let's go. Is I started working like at a really young. Like I was like before I was legally supposed to work. Like I was like mowing lawns. I was like working for the neighbors. I was doing all these little side jobs and stuff like that to make some more money because I don't know. I wanted money. I wanted to buy video games. Is what I wanted to do. But but I had money, and then I kind of like on and off lost the interest in video games. I played the video game consistently. I didn't have to use it for that, and then these girls came in, you know what I mean? Like females became an attraction to me, and it was interesting. And I had money, which I mean, being a kid with, not a lot of money, but enough money, it was probably a terrible idea. And then also seeing girls, I'm like, ooh. It's probably the most embarrassing thing I would say is I was like dating this girl for like 1 month, and I ended up like buying her like a full on like iPod Touch, like an expensive one. Yeah. And then like she broke up with me, and it was like
no.
Yeah. And it was like, and it was like
She
only
wasn't about that sugar daddy life.
No,
she was like,
she
nah,
really
you
wasn't.
can't buy my love.
Exactly. I mean,
Aw.
hey, she now has a wonderful fiance, two
Oh, you
kids, I think
still-
now. No, hey, I'm one of those people who like, I'm not here to. Life's too short. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, like, if I can, I'm gonna try my best to mend things, to make things, at least to be friends. We don't need to be best friends. I mean, actually, one of my exes is one of my best friends. Kim, if you're here, shout out to Kim. What's it called? But no, like, there's certain things like she has a wonderful iPod Touch. Yeah, really though. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have gotten it back. I can't remember though. It's the story. It's been so long. I was gonna try and say, oh yeah, I know. I think she, but I don't know. I don't actually know what happened to it. I think I got it back, but there was a bit of an issue. She's like, but it was a gift for me. What do you mean? It was like, bruh, yeah, exactly. You can't buy my love, but I'm gonna still take it. Thanks. Yeah. So that would probably be the most embarrassing thing I've done. Yeah. Oh, it's an embarrassing story around love. Actually, I have one more. A little bit older after that. Was like probably like one of the first like kind of dates thing. I met this girl that I had met at like I did this like acting thing, which was like, I mean, it was really cool. But it really wasn't for me. And I this girl that I met, and she was very nice and very sweet. And I asked her, I asked her out. I was like, hey, can I get your number, sort of thing? And we went out and we went to this restaurant. Then we went for like a walk type of thing, or that was at least the plan. And we were at the restaurant. I mean, me just kind of being having the monies. I was like, okay. And then we went to the restaurant. We ate, we had food, and I at that point, like I had even more money because it had been even longer since then. And pull out the card, do a little swipey swipe, beep beep beepity beep, and paying for the food and decline. And I had just made like a whole like thing about being like, you know what, I'm gonna pay for this. I got you. Like, don't worry about it. I'm taking you on this date type of thing. And then I'm like, oh no, there's money in there. And and then you guys
Try
like,
again.
try again.
Oh god.
You know what? Let's just get a thing. The waiter's look on his face. This dude knows what's happening. Like he's figured this out, and he's looking at me like, I'm so sorry.
How old were you?
I was still in high school. If I had to guess, 15, 16,
Yeah.
probably 15, 16. The dude knows what's going on. Like you tell the waiter was like, oh no. And like the dude looked like he was about to pay for it himself. Like that's how you could tell he like clicked into this quickly. And I was like, can we try one more time? And he's like, yeah, of course. Like I could see him
Oh
like,
god.
please, like hoping it works for me too. And then,
Did you run?
hey, can you pay for this? I'll pay you back later.
Oh
and
god.
she paid for it. I did pay for it back as well,
Yeah.
thanks to Mama Lisa hooking it up, bringing in some cash. But ever since then, the moral of the story, chat. Moral of the story: if you ever go anywhere, always bring cash. Always, because it's either going to be a machine or it's going to be your card, and you don't want it to be in the place like that. We went for the walk, and it was great and everything like that. And I was like, oh yeah, like maybe we can do this again sometime. Yeah, sure. Ghosted. Nada. So, I mean.
No.
Maybe
I say
something
that
else.
as if I've never ghosted, but no.
What's the chat if you've been ghosted, please? But yeah, no, like it's I mean, it probably wasn't for the best.
Yeah.
She has a fiance now. I actually don't know that one so much as far as that, considering the situation. But yeah, no, that was probably the original story was the most embarrassing, but that was one of the ones that was one of those sucks story. But every single time I will always have some sort of cash on me. It might be $5, it might be like $20.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, because I ain't getting stuck in that again. I'll pay for a date break. Don't stress. Wait until it doesn't work, Ducky. Wait until the card doesn't work, huh? No, I was kidding. Please. Let's see here. Well, I told you about a life-changing event that I experienced. Now I'm going to ask you, KP. What life-changing events have you experienced in your life?
I mean, the first one that sort of comes to mind for me is definitely like moving to Scotland. I feel like just going to uni in general would be a life-changing experience for anyone, because you grow up, you sort of learn how to, I mean, for me, it was like I was moving away from home to live by myself, and I was moving away to an entirely different country to speak an entirely different language. Not that I hadn't learned, English in school or whatever, but I was moving to an entirely different country, speak an entirely different language, live by myself, get to know, like, just make an entirely new friend group. And I've talked about this before, but I was a really shy kid. Like I would still consider myself sort of an introvert. I can talk when I need to now, but yeah, in high school I was like really, really like, you know, introverted, just wouldn't talk to anyone unless they talk to me type of person. And I feel like moving to uni really forces you out of your shell. You have to like mingle, you have to make new friends. Within the first week you meet like already like 6 new people that you're living with, at least for me, because I moved like straight into halls. So you move to like, yeah, you just sort of have this instant intense like clash of like newness into your life, and you have to adapt. So I feel like that was definitely like a thing that changed me. I, you know, learned to be a bit more social, and learned how like it's not that scary to talk to new people. I mean it is, but like not that scary. um well, at least I learned like strategies around that, and like how I can sort of cope with that. Trying to think if there's other, yeah, quitting figure skating is also obvious.
Oh,
You're giving up
Sorry,
like,
you cut out for a second after figure skating.
oh,
You said figure
sorry.
skating cut out.
It's yeah. Yeah, figure skating, like quitting figure skating is identity changing, because you're giving up like a huge part of who you, and there's this like gap that you're trying to fill, like who am I outside of this? Like this has been my entire childhood. Like what do I do? What's next, you know? Yeah.
It's
I
hard.
feel like those have been like the main 2
How did you
thus far. I'm hoping there's more. I really hope that there's more. I feel like I can reinvite myself a couple more times.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And I think that a lot of people can relate to that, is stopping like a sport or something like that. And how did you get through it, slash, or do you feel like you're still working on kind of getting past like the almost a grieving of a loss of leaving a sport, in a sense? Like, have you feel like you got through it, or is there parts that you would like to kind of work through, in a sense?
Well, I feel like I've gotten past it. When I sort of started thinking about it, I mean, it feels like a massive breakup. You're just breaking up with like a part of who you are. I did talk to my parents about it. They were really supportive. Again, huge thank you to my parents. And I actually did go talk to like a sports psychologist, and then sort of learn kind of like strategies on how to cope with that. Like we visually drew like a circle and then put my name up top, and we're like, okay, so this is the circle of you. What sort of roles do you have in life? And then we wrote down everything that I like, sort of at that time, I was 18, sort of like what I am and who I am as a person. And we wrote down like, I'm a sister, I'm a child, like I these are my interests, and whatever there was, we wrote those down, and she made me like she made me sort of grade like how much of that was like taken by that role. And obviously when you visually like put it down, and I saw that like me being a figure skater was like a huge chunk of that, it sort of allowed me to understand that like this is what I'm giving up. This is why I'm feeling so bad, and these are like sort of the why I'm feeling the negative feelings that I'm feeling, because I'm giving up who I am. And like obviously to my 18-year-old mind, I was like, whoa, that's like it's so crazy to see it like visually written down. So I was like, yeah, that's no shit, I'm feeling bad. Like but then like yeah, I went a couple more times and we sort of had a conversation like, oh, so what do you want to be, like what are other wishes, and are there any other things that you would like to focus on, and whatnot. And then yeah, sort of went from there. And then I was like, you know what, psychology is pretty cool. And then went from there. So yeah, definitely that helped. Like, and that's not the first time that I've used that sort of like defining my own roles, and seeing where that I'm employing right now. Trying to like who I want to be, sort of thing.
What would you say is what would you say kind of what was like the breaking point where you figured that you probably weren't going to or that you wanted to quit? Like what was the pushing thing that you wanted to stop figure skating? Like what was that reasoning for that? Was there just things are moving on, you just didn't think you were going to continue on, or was it an injury? Like what was it?
It wasn't an injury, luckily, because I feel like that would worse. I feel like it was something that my mind
Sorry, you're cutting out a little
come
bit
to
here again.
Sorry. Oh God, what is wrong with my mic today? But yeah, it wasn't an injury, luckily. I feel like that again, that would be horrible. Like you would then have to like straight away cut from who you are. I feel like once you sort of come to the realization yourself, like I did, that this is not something that I no longer want to do. It's a bit easier, I guess. For me, it was I was getting more and more sort of demotivated. And so with something like sports, it manifests quite visually. Like I was just not doing. Every time I'd go to practice, I wasn't performing to the sort of level that I wanted to. I wasn't getting the triplets, or like I wasn't doing this well, or like whatever it is. You can tell that like the motivation wasn't there. And obviously, once you sort of don't do well and you don't have motivation, you get more feelings, and sort of the negative feelings overwhelmingly taking over the positives. And I was like, yeah, that's this ain't it, chief. I would like to do something else. So yeah. And then I sort of talked about it and decided that hey, I can get positive feelings from someplace else. Like just because I've known this to be the source of all that like amazingness. I'm sure if you've done sports as well, you know that like when you perform really well, like there's very few things that sort of equate to that feeling. But yeah. You can get those from other places. Did you know?
It's true. It's true.
Wild.
At that time, where would you say would, what would you say you kind of, what was those interests that kind of helped you define you after that fact? Because obviously, like, I'm sure there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of people that's gone through sort of things, and obviously this is kind of a two-part question, because obviously, what did you find as those interests? Obviously, would you say that Twitch is almost has become that kind of almost a filler? Is when you perform well, you perform good, is that kind of that dopamine hit? When you don't perform well,
Yeah.
you're kind of like looking to see what you can improve next as well.
I have no idea what I would have probably said then. Probably psychology, and then I've like English language has been something that I've been interested in like ever since I was a kid. So I probably would have said something like, "Oh, I want to study English, or I want to study psychology," which is amazing because those are the things that I ended up doing. Hopefully, I get to do more in the future. But yeah. And well, Twitch in a sense, yes. I'm sort of not trying not to be a numbers person when it comes to Twitch. I know a lot of people like really read into their like viewership numbers, or like how much, I don't know, how much money they're making per something, or like it's a conversation that's like it's interesting. I'm interested in statistics and everything, but when it comes to like my own performance, I would much rather focus on sort of, I don't know if you do this as well, but I sometimes sort of write down like at the end of the day how I felt and like what the things that have made me happy. I would much rather notice like, oh, I did a stream of this, and I had these conversations with people that came by, and those are the things that made me happy, rather than like, oh, I hit X amount of viewers and that's why I'm happy. Because that's so like can be difficult to achieve. So yeah. But yeah, I feel like Twitch is definitely giving me positive feelings. It's definitely something like content creation in general. There are a lot of sort of hopes and dreams that I have in that aspect, and I don't know if it'll ever become like a job or anything. But yeah, we shall see.
I will say,
I'm trying to approach it from like I'm not professional to the degree that you are. But
I don't know what you're talking about. I am not professional.
You are. But it's like I'm trying to take it seriously whilst keeping it fun, if that makes sense.
I will say, if you are new to streaming and you're wondering what is kind of what to do and kind of where to start, and you're struggling with kind of maybe growth and stuff like that, I think that is probably the best advice you could have heard, was what KP said there. And it's something that's helped me. It's something that's helped a lot of streamers that have mentally struggled through streaming, because streaming is mentally difficult, very mentally difficult. It's emotionally difficult. There's a
It's
lot of things.
draining
It's draining,
sometimes.
very. It's something I didn't realize until I started doing it for about a month or so. It's something that it takes an absolute toll. Shit's draining. Exactly. What's up, Ken? Exactly. 100%. It is so draining. And the that's the thing is if you can kind of focus on the things that you did and the things that you enjoyed rather than the numbers is probably the most meaningful thing you can do while doing this. There is so many little small pieces that people look by because their numbers isn't where they want it. If you haven't turned off your numbers on your stream, turn them off. Like, focus on your conversations you have with your chat, focus on playing the game, focus on providing the best content you can. One thing I'll say, and I will repeat until until the day I stop on this platform that has given me so many new friends, is the day that I stopped looking at my stats was the day I started changing around in my statistics, and the numbers actually improved because I wasn't looking at the numbers and I was focused on my content and what I could do to make it better. And that's what I've done since September of 2021 after I met Haley. And it is probably the best piece of advice I got from Haley when she said, stop looking at your stats. Do a month with me. Don't look at your stats at all. And I did it, and I never looked back. What we do is once a month, me and the team look at their stats and we see where it kind of is. We've already kind of got an idea. We kind of know where it's at for the most part. We get to
Yeah.
celebrate. We get to work on new targets. We get to do those things at that one time a month, and the rest of it we don't look at. We don't focus on it. I can mentally prepare to look at that. I don't have to be after every single stream drained and then looking at my thing and being like, oh, I could have done better. Because at that point, you should just be focused on what was good, what you liked, maybe things you didn't like, sure, but on those, yeah, please go follow Haley if you haven't already
Yeah.
on with multi shout out there. Is if you haven't seen, if you haven't, what's it called, if you're looking at them all the time, you're not focusing on your content, you're focusing on the numbers, and you cannot
Yeah.
just by looking at them change the numbers. You can't, there's nothing you can say that is going to change the numbers. All you can do is improve your content to the point where people will want to be there, and focus on yourself, focus on you and your well-being. And if you're having fun doing it, I guarantee you other people are going to have fun watching you too.
Because
And
imagine you play like the funnest game ever and you have such a great time and friends in chat and then you go and then you're like, oh, like the viewership wasn't where I wanted it to be or something like that. And it just ruins the entire experience, even though you just had like such a great time. And like, yeah, I just
Totally. And that's the thing is like there exactly. And there was some streams that I had so much fun on at the beginning of Connections that I almost was like, that wasn't that great. And like, cause at the beginning when
Yeah.
Donovan and I were working together on this, it was basically like, okay, like how do you think that one went? That was our question after. And when I first started this, it was, I was kind of like I didn't like it. Was depending on the numbers. If the numbers were low, I didn't like it. If it was, then if the
Yeah.
numbers were high, I was like, oh, I loved it. Even the conversations didn't even matter. I wasn't even focused on that, and that was so terrible. And
Yeah.
then I realized like I was kind of getting drained. Even when the numbers were high, there wasn't things that I actually liked, and then there was things of that, and it was just, it didn't help that I was looking at the numbers in any sense. What's up, mans? And then and that's the thing is it just, all it did was drain me. And then once we did that switch where we stopped looking at the numbers every single stream after it, the questions were like, oh, how'd you like that? I like that. I like this about this person. I like this about this person. I like this about this person. Like, it was really cool to
Yeah.
get to know that. And I got to focus on actually meeting the person rather than worrying about numbers or who's going to show up and stuff like that. And I mean, that's why it's so wild to me that every single person in chat here, like, it shows up every week. Like, that's the craziest thing to me. Like, I don't like, I'm just having fun at this point. Like, this is, if it, like, I don't know, like, my kind of version of doing a victory lap at this point. Like, I just get to do this for fun and have fun with it. And the thing is, I think maybe why people like this is because I genuinely love this. Like, I love meeting people. I think
Yeah.
it's the coolest thing ever. I find it so cool when I hear like, oh, I met this person. For instance, Mans, a perfect example. Mans was on another podcast with one of my friends, Sam Fashion. Sam was the third person ever on Connections. And to see those two worlds of mine, like, totally different kind of sides of Twitch, in my opinion. Like, not totally different, but like very different kind of sides of like where I would never see them meeting. Met. It wasn't through Connections. It was through Mans being an amazing at promoting themselves, and just being a wonderful human themselves as well. But his fact is that, like, it's just so cool to me that I get to know people who are meeting people, and then they say, "Hey, I only met this person," sort of thing, and it's just so cool to me. Like, it warms my heart that like people can say like, "Oh, you know Brent? Oh, you know Brent? That's crazy," and things like that. And I don't know, like, it's not just creation. This is a passion project, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I've had some guessing me up. Nah, that's not gonna happen, mans. And so I'm thankful for that I've been able to do this. We're closing in on almost a year, and that's just crazy to me that I've been able to do this. And yeah, I know if you're starting off as a streamer, you're thinking about streaming, the best thing you do is listen to what KP said there. I clipped it. I hope it's saved properly, but I clipped it to hopefully be able to listen to that every single
You're
morning.
doing great, Brad.
Thank you, Iggy. Every single morning you wake up, I want you to listen to that clip if you're a streamer, because that is going to help you if you're looking to grow as a channel. Is stop looking at your fucking stats.
Yeah.
Conversation done for now. For that, I want to kind of ask you about your about how you the sports psychology and stuff like that, and that sort of sense, and what made you kind of think that this was the right idea? Who was the one who kind of recommended that to you? And it seems like it helped you, but do you think it really helped you?
Like towards the end of my career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my mother was sort of the
Oh, you're cut
that
out.
was a
You
child,
cut
and I
out
was
completely, by the way. For
what
like
the sorry. Let me bring the mic closer to me. But yeah, my it's weird that it's doing it now and not in the but yeah, so my mother was the person that sort of recommended and obviously paid for me to go. God bless her heart. Amazing. But we like this is gonna sound so weird, but like when you're training like to become sort of like a top tier athlete, which is what we were like the group that I was in were doing, you do go see a sports psychologist, but you go as a group. So you learn sort of mindfulness techniques, you learn sort of how to visualize your like the program that you perform, you sort of learn how to visualize that off ice, and then you go do it on ice, and you sort of learn different techniques on how to sort of mentally prepare yourself for the competitions and whatever. So I was familiar with the sports psychologist through that already, and then talked to my mom about it, and we were like, yeah, it would be really cool if I were able to actually go and talk to them like one-on-one and have a conversation about like what does my future look like, and yeah. That would be it.
Yeah, like I said to you at the beginning of the show, is I wish more sports people in sports, like ours in high professional sports, would do that. I think it's something that's so important. And
yeah.
Like I said, I've looked into it a little bit with like hockey and stuff like that, and people that I've seen, and you see like these huge these really like star players that are performing at their like peak in the first season, and then just drop off completely because they don't know how to mentally prepare for that. And you've broken records in your first season. You're like, okay, now I got to do it again. And you can't, and then you're struggling because that second season doesn't do as well, and that third season you're just a mess because you can't pull it together. And the thing is, it's a lot of it's mental. A lot of it is mental, and having that mental strength to be able to do it. And you can be the most physical person you want to be, and you can be the best person there physically, but mentally, if you can't get yourself to kind of that point of where you're like, okay, like just go back to having fun type of thing, and get to that point, it's so much easier said than done. It's difficult.
I feel like that's sort of like at the top, because at the top everyone's good, everyone's amazing, but especially in a sport like figure skating where it's the one performance that matters, it's not like you do different things and then that all comes together, even though that's has its own difficulties. But for figure skating, it's you do the one performance, that's all that matters. You have to mentally be better than other people, if that makes sense, because you all sort of do know the same things. Obviously there are subtle differences, but the difference between like a failure and then you performing to your best is obviously mental. Like that's so what you're saying is that I'm from what I'm gathering, what you're saying is that it would be like it's very good if every sort of like that would be sort of the standard, that every single athlete some sort of like a training for that.
Like I think it's a great idea. Like I think it's something that's like, I think obviously I've only put my experience of playing sports is hockey, lacrosse, American football. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Like probably like for at least one season I've played those three. I don't think I played anything else past that. And like the most would be hockey in a sense. And just seeing things like that. And obviously people use certain sports as like recreational sports as an outlet, which is great. Hey, that's their therapy in itself. You don't need anything like that. But if you're looking to go somewhere like pro or something like that, and the amount of like mental damage that it could do in a sense, if you're not prepared for it to be that kind of best in the top tier, is I really think it is important that a lot of like athletes, like or professional athletes, go into that sports therapy, because I think it's important. It's really important to get kind of that as soon as possible and stuff like that. And I'm sure it probably I'm putting words in your mouth here, but I'm assuming is it probably helped you a lot after the point of finally getting into it and stuff like that. And having that kind of tools in your bag a little bit earlier might have been a little bit more helpful in a sense. Not saying it's going to completely demolish it, but it makes it a little bit easier on you, and you can deal with things a little bit easier in that sense.
Definitely. And not to mention, sorry, I was like bringing up random point, but like as well as like when it comes to figure skating, it's like sort of a quote aesthetic sport. So as well, when it comes to like the body image of young athletes, obviously your body is your tool. Your body is the thing that you shape and you train in order to then like succeed. So there can be a lot of body image issues and stuff like that. That I feel like for young kids especially that are growing up, like I said, I started competing when I was 13. That's when your body's still developing, you're still becoming sorry, I saw that it cut out. Alex,
I saw your like eyes like open up like, oh no.
But yeah, so when your body's still developing at that age, and I in a lot of sports you can tell when someone's a teenager whether or not they're going to succeed, and that's sort of when people start to put the pressure in. Just when it comes to like body image, like I'm just thinking that would also might be something that like a psychologist could potentially help with. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't
Do you
know.
ever, do you ever feel
just throwing thoughts out there?
did you ever feel within figure skating that you ever felt like you were worried about like body image and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Just the whole thing, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
And I know that it wasn't just me, because it was like a whole like there's this like unspoken thing of like you need to look a certain way in order to succeed, which there are people that break that mold and are better when they look a bit different, are a bit more muscular and whatever, but the norm is that you're supposed to be like in figure skating especially, and this is like I feel the same for like stuff like ballet or whatever. You need to be like skinny but like still be able to perform like very like strength requiring things. But yeah. And that's a lot for like a teenager to have to think about, and for a teenager to have to deal with. I feel like just completely pulled that away.
Yours all
I'm
good?
doing well.
Yours okay?
Yeah. It's getting to past 4 a.m. so
getting some crazy hours here.
Yeah.
But I would say is no, like I definitely agree, is it's definitely been that's something that's definitely scary, because it's not something that I've ever had to kind of consider is hockey. There's a lot of like things on, and obviously there's certain things that they kind of put on that sense, but nothing in the
Yeah.
sense of like you are being almost judged in a sense for the way you look, because it's like you said,
Yeah.
it's based off of aesthetic. Hockey, it's just puck, net, go. Like that's pretty much it. And so
You got all the
it's
gear.
exactly, and that's the thing, is it obviously you need to be in a certain amount of shape and stuff like that, and
Mm.
and you got to be able to be physically able to do it. But it's definitely not the same by any means, and that's something that's I'm sure a lot of people like feel but don't talk about it, because it's not something that people talk about a lot.
Yeah.
The sorry, 1 second here. Just a good one. With some of your community being like a bit younger, what are some tips would you say that maybe you learned through therapy, or maybe you just kind of learned on your own, for overcoming body image issues and living like true like body positivity?
Oh my gosh. I feel like a lot of this is gonna make me sound really old. You guys are forcing me to sound old. I feel like, especially because a lot of kids are in like social media, you can you can sort of shape your feed to be whatever you want to a degree. And I feel like, at least for me, I mean, body image issues are unfortunately something that I feel like I have to live with every day as a woman in this society. But I feel like sort of curating my feed to be more body positive. There are amazing accounts out there, and sort of yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something, because I'm trying to think of like how I've overcome it, and I'm like, I haven't. Like, I'm getting better, but it's something that sort of I still struggle with. But yeah, sort of not even focusing on your body is sometimes a good thing, rather than just focusing on like how things make you feel. Um but yeah, social media is a big factor, so I would definitely like start from there. See the people that you're following. Are you idealizing bodies that are unattainable to you entirely? It's not your body shape, because beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, kids. Um but yeah, I don't
It's true.
know.
It is true though. You're not wrong. And I think for me, like in from what I've kind of like I said, I've been able to meet over almost 50 creators this year, and here's so many
Yeah.
stories, and through that meeting their friends and stuff like that, and little small things like that. And one thing I can realize is I and it's very like a lot of people go for Twitch. Some people go to Twitch to see the games, or at least come in for Twitch for the games. But 9 times out of 10, they stay for the creator and the personality. And I think that's kind of the same. I think that's a good analogy for beauty. Is it might be something that maybe you're looking for something that you're looking for someone who's like the good looking person. But I think is the most beautiful thing is someone who has a beautiful personality and a beautiful kind of heart, and someone who's very sweet. And I wish society would kind of push that more out to like things like and push that on Instagram and stuff like that. And I think there are definitely, like you said, there's definitely things that do, and there definitely is. It just I wish there was more.
Oh, I thought it was something better.
Of
Sorry.
course, yeah. Go for it.
Like, one of the things that has also sort of helped me is thinking that, like, how do I view the people around me? A lot of the closest friends that I have, like, do I even think about sort of what they look like? Obviously, everyone's beautiful, but like, do I even think about when I go for coffee with this person or when I hang out with this person? Do I think about what they look like? Because that's something that, like, I've sort of struggled with whenever I was a kid, and I would go out and I'm like, oh, is everybody looking at me because I look this way, or is everybody I don't know. So one of the things that sort of opened that up for me was that, like, they don't care. The people that matter do not care. But yeah, that's sorry.
No, that's it. No, and I agree. I think it's a thing of just they focus on your friendship rather than
Yeah.
what you're looking like in that sense. And I definitely agree with that. I think is those the real friends, the one who you want to keep around you. Don't care what your hair is looking all frizzy, or what you mean your what's it called, maybe
What's that mean?
what? No, that's what I'm saying. Like me.
I'm
There's a
kidding.
reason I wear a hat there, KP. What's it called? And and like a bunch of other things, like I don't know, like whether you put on weight since the last time you've seen yourself. Those friends don't
Yeah.
care. Like, I mean, like, and or maybe you've lost weight or something and stuff like that. And I'm sure that could probably be triggering for someone, me saying stuff like that. But I think it's, as far as that is, those real friends, those are the ones that love you any shape or size,
Yeah.
or whatever you look like on forever was that day. And yeah, no, like look for those friends. And I know that maybe if you don't feel like you have one of those friends, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but maybe start looking around for the friends that do have those positivity. I know when being young, it's 9 times out of 10 the people that the popular kids are the ones who are by society look the better looking sort of thing, and it's not the people who have the best personalities. I can guarantee that, because at least that's not what my childhood was like. And I steered away from those people. I didn't want to be a part of those people that were not supportive of each other. And I mean, personally, I left with my high school experience of kind of being around the people that I thought were genuinely awesome humans. And I'm still
Yeah.
friends with a lot of them now today, which I know, like, not many people can say you're friends with them after, oh my God, I'm aging myself. Almost 10 years now. Oh my goodness. Out of being out of high school. And so it's in that sense is like, is I'm not saying you have to do it this second, but look at your friends and or have a conversation with your friends. And maybe that's even better than actually just dropping the ones like that. And having a conversation with friends is that your beauty's defined so much more than what you see. And I saw this thing the other day. It was about like the origin of the word beauty never came from anything that was looked wise. It was based off of personality in a sense, and for some reason in the 20th century and probably the 21st century is changed that into look,
Yeah.
which is sad. It's really sad, and it shouldn't be that way. And it's something that I really wish wasn't thing, because I think it affects a whole lot more people than people are talking about, because it is uncomfortable to talk about, unfortunately. And I mean, that's why I'm fortunate for conversations like this, because I think it's important to have, and I'm sure a lot of people are feeling similar in similar senses. And I know even for me, like, I'm someone who, I mean, I wouldn't say I regularly struggle with it, but I said it, especially with the ending of my relationship in January, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, it's not what I was hoping for.
You're doing great, Bren.
Thanks, Ducky. And I think it's like, I don't hate it, but it wasn't what I liked. And so
Yeah.
that's the thing, is being able to take care of that in a way that I actually care about myself, and do it properly, and do it in a loving way, rather than doing something that's not harmful to myself, is really important.
Yeah.
And
And
I
like
think
actually properly centering yourself in that, like making yourself feel rather, because there's always that difficulty of sort of trying to separate what other people tell you should look like, and what you actually feel like, the body that you actually feel good in.
Mhm,
I don't know
mhm.
if that makes sense.
Definitely. No, it's yeah, and
Because that's
being
sometimes
comfortable in your
difficult.
comfortable in your own body, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. KP, with everything with that and all that and all that kind of said, with obviously the body standards, and being in your like figure skating stuff like that, and you said obviously there was the sadness of that, and dealing with kind of that kind of side of things. How happy are you right now?
Oh God. Hmm. Well, it's a difficult question. I don't know, this is a random fact about me. I'm pretty sure I've also talked about this on stream, but I do. It's sometimes like
Sorry,
something
you
that.
cut out as soon as you said the word.
Oh God, awkward. But yeah, I have depression, so it's something that, like, my mood is something that I sort of similarly, or at the same time, I try to monitor it closely, to sort of, take care of myself, but also like try not to pay too much attention to, because trying to, like, once you feel like notice yourself negative, it can be a difficult cycle to break. But yeah, I'm feeling good right now, dude.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I had a really nice day just chatting to some friends, and was really excited to meet you here today. And I feel like I'm optimistic about the future. I have a lot of great things, and Twitch is definitely, and everyone that I've met through this platform are like a huge part of my happiness every day now, which is crazy to say. Like, the people that I've met here through here, I look forward to talking to, and I look forward to, like, getting to see their streams, and whatever they create, not just today, but like in the future and stuff. Yeah. Dude, I'm happy. You made me realize that. What the heck?
We do hear sometimes.
Success.
Success. Well, that's good. And that's the thing, is like, I also don't want people to be feeling like they have to say something for stuff like that. Like, that's an open question, and I'm thankful you shared,
Yeah.
and was vulnerable, and basically opened up about the depression thing, because I think it's something that gets it's hard. It's not easy to talk to, and especially like for me on this side of the hemisphere, it is like colder days, shorter days, and that sucks. That takes a toll on people, and it's not easy in that
Totally.
sense. Yeah, and I think it's interesting. I've talked to a lot of like my friends who kind of are been like kind of in a similar kind of sense, and it's interesting, or just talking to people basically being like that, and it's interesting how many people are kind of feeling the same right now. And I think it's that holidays are over type of feeling, like you're kind of snap back to reality type of thing, and that kind of feeling of this, where it's a little bit
I'll try
uncomfortable.
not to continue that song.
Yeah, I bit my tongue too on that too. But I will say, as far as that is, it's definitely not been not been crazy easy for I think a lot of people
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I think doing kind of what you're doing with the journaling, especially, is something that's definitely helped me in the past. Is you said the good things you like, and it's interesting. Is I use guided journals, but I've also heard the opposite too of it. And I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to say this for my sister, but I don't know if she's here either. But my sister does this thing where she writes, or she has in the past written everything that she was negative when she's going through those negative things, and just gets them out, and basically has this. I think she called it a hate journal or something like that, or like a whatever it was she was called. But it basically was
Yeah.
like this journal of things that like was like negative, and basically got all the bad thoughts and stuff like that, um and it basically was like healing for her. It was a way for her to vent in a way that didn't have any repercussions. No one saw it. It was hers and stuff like that. And I think it was just one of those things that was just it's such a positive way to look at it. I think journaling is really, really underrated in my opinion. I think I think there is, from what I've seen, a very few people use journaling, and whether it's a guided journal, and hey, if you want to get mine, hit me up on Discord. I'll send you mine for anyone in chat that's wanting to get into it. It's a little bit easier for someone like me who's maybe just kind of a little bit lost and doesn't know where to start. Guided journaling has been great because it gives you little things you can write in there. It gives you little prompts, or you can just do a blank paper. If you're someone who feels like, you know what, I have a lot to say and I just don't know how to say it or vent it out, journal, just a blank paper, just start writing. And I would say is give yourself, like, right before bed, a few minutes, turn off TikTok a little bit earlier, put it to the side, and write in the journal for a little bit longer. And trust me, it's helped me get through a
I
lot of
like how you
things.
said turn off TikTok rather than like stop watching a stream, because that's sort of like what
I
I
mean,
do before I fall
yeah.
asleep. I have like a stream on, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably go to sleep.
And that's the thing. That's the thing is that's the thing too, is like, I think for me is I have a rule of mine, and I've gotten a little bit bad for recently after the breakup. Is I had a rule prior in the breakup, and I'm starting to get back into it now, is that I don't bring any devices when I'm heading to bed into the bed. Like, I don't have anything like that unless it's going on, unless I'm turning on an alarm to go on the timer. It does not go into the bed. And
Wow, you have
mentally,
a lot of self-control. I could
it's
never.
no. It's not easy to start. It's not easy to start.
Alright.
However, I would say is that it's very important to
Yeah.
just try and start it, because and I'm someone who's always struggled to fall asleep. I'm always like sitting there tossing and turning. Since I've
Yeah.
started doing that, and what I'll do is I'll take my journal to bed and write in the journal. So that's where it started to get this change in kind of pace. And so
Yeah.
I've gotten to be, it's kind of a place of calm and stuff like that, a place of stuff like
Yeah.
that. Sometimes you need to take your laptop to the bed to watch a certain podcast about human connections. Jeez,
Oh, that's
Charles.
acceptable then. That's fine then.
Go to the living room. No, I'm kidding. But thank you, Charles. However, I'm still gonna stay with my thing. I'd rather you turn off the thing. They're on Spotify. They're on YouTube. You can watch them later if you'd like to. But thank you. Hello, Nikki, by the way, too. Good to see you. We're a little deep in conversation there. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, but no, I think it's something that's important. I think like a lot of like self-care and small little things like that are very important. And I mean, journaling seems so small, and when I started, I was like, this might be silly, but you know what? it was for 3 months, the guided first book. I'm currently on my third book, so I started in June or July, and I'm almost gone a whole year of doing journaling, and just
Yeah.
under by a little bit, I have one more book I have to do and to get to a year at this point. But I've done different books. So far I've never done one of the same, but I might loop around and do some other ones. I've also considered that maybe I'll just do my own journal and just do like a
Ooh.
blank page, and just to see what I can kind of get up to and write some certain things. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like your advice of like maybe write down the good things, and my sister's advice of maybe write down the bad things, and kind of just get it on paper
Yeah.
and kind of see where it
Do you
kind of
mind
goes
me
from there.
asking?
Of course.
Sorry. Do you mind me asking, like, what kind of prompts do you have, like, in the journal?
I can go get it. You want me
Sort
to see?
of.
I can go get it. Give me one sec.
Yeah.
Give me one sec. I'll grab it.
Yeah. I want to see. I'm a like a blank page type of person.
I'm coming, chat. I'm coming.
Sorry, I'm not entertaining. What do you want me to do?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Gord.
Hi Donovan, how's it going? So I've shown this before. I think I've shown it because of how pretty I think this book is. I think it's just like, it's a beautiful looking book.
Ooh.
If anyone wants the Amazon link for this, I'll happily send it to you. I love this.
Only if you get a percentage out of the
I mean,
purchase.
I can set up affiliate links. It might be a bad idea. Yeah, so this is the book. And like I said, I've gone through 3 of them. So let me see. I'll pull the other ones out here too. I can't show you what's inside the other ones, but I can show you this.
All right. Yeah, I'm more of like a doodler. I just get like a blank page and then I sort of
So I have one for that, but I don't
go
use it
hard.
as consistently. I use it just for
Oh.
kind of like notes and like kind of stuff like that. I don't even know where that one is.
Yeah.
So I started on this one. This was the first one I had. It's called It's the self-care
They're
book.
also pretty.
Right, I know. So it's 184 pages for each. And hi Fred, how's it going? And so yeah, so this is the first one. I started this one in, let's see here. Oh, I also have my manifestations in here that I wrote in the summer too. Pretty cool. I started this on July 31st, 2021. So that'll be that. And yeah, like it's things like so in this one, basically, like I can't show you guys because like I said, everything's like filled in and stuff like that. But there is stuff like what's your intention for the day? How long do you sleep for? Did you have any dreams? What did you eat for the day? How many cups of water did you drink? How much did you exercise? What other activities did you do? How do you physically feel? Things that were fun or relaxing today, but were hard and stressful for today. Were 3 kind things I did for myself. Any other thoughts? And then time notes, and then like timestamps, and then moods and notes of that. That was the first one. This one probably is the most in detail one I have. Then I had recharge, which is the other one, which I think is really when I like doing this book. I think I really realized how burnt out I was. Like this like made me kind of realize how burnt out I actually was. And I started this one in
It's crazy because like stuff like, oh, how many cups are you drank? It has this like, it feels small, but it has a huge impact. And it's one of those things where like before you actually start writing down and tracking it, you're kind of like, oh yeah, of course I'm drinking water. Like it's fine. Like I'm drinking water, but unless you actually write it down and like check or like sleep or something, unless you track it and actually see what's going on, you can't really like trace it back to like, oh, I don't know. Am I explaining this properly?
Totally. I was gonna make a point of that because you're totally right. Like I think on this one, I just actually read it and I actually laughed. I drank 3 glasses of water on this day. It's funny because I know by the end of this book, yeah, by the end of this book, I was like 7 to 8, like the end of this book, and that's I was like, holy cow. But yeah, so this one is I started in October 29th. I just finished this one in January, I think. Yeah, in January, the end of January. This one I finished just this is the one that like this book might have a couple of tears in it. This is the book that unfortunately I went through my breakup with, was this one. But this was like goals for today, to-dos that can wait, what I'm excited about, what I'm stressed about, how I spent my time, food and drinks that I consumed today, number of glasses of water, or just drinks, actually it says, energy level, what part of the day was my energy level the highest, what recharged me today, this recharged me the most today, thoughts I need to clear to relax, and changes I want to make for tomorrow. And it's funny. I'm looking
I
at
like
this
those
one.
prompts.
I know, right? This one was a lot of fun.
So
This one was good. Like they all have like little like kind of like inner tones. But this one is funny. It says what I'm excited about. And this is in October 29th, and it says B coming in December, which is B who came and lived with me for 10 days, which is kind of funny that now it's back there. Yeah, at B. Who was in stream earlier, who was in the call or in here earlier. And then this new one I'm working on is called mindfulness. And this one has definitely been a lot of help and kind of grounded me, I think would be probably the best way, especially considering I started in the end of this one, going to therapy and stuff like that, and that's really helped. And I think this has kind of been a good prompt. And so I'll show you a page because it's not all filled out. I can't see it though if I'm doing it like this, but basically it says like how I woke up feeling, intentions for the day, today's challenges, meditation, like in what times you did it and what you did, your ability to remain present today, which I've really struggled with this one. Today I was able to remain mindful while, and then whatever the kind of things were, basically eating, whatever, drinking, walking, journaling, blah, blah, blah. Major distractions for today, my mood at the end of the day, and final thoughts to send me to sleep. So I think as pretty as this one is, it's probably not my top one. I would probably say the first one, just because of the prompts and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that's kind of what I've done with my journaling. So it's 3 books of journals that I would recommend to anyone. If you want to use these ones, hit me up on Discord, !Discord, and I'll send you a DM of all the links for that if you're interested in that. And if not, what's the name of the first one? I'd be interested to give you a go. It's self-care. It's message me on Discord, Charles. I'll send you the link for it. I'll send you the exact link because it's a little bit thing there. I'll do the link. Sounds good. Yeah, like I think my mom for my birthday got me a notebook, and it's like it was a blank one, and I'm kind of like interested in maybe just using that one as like a thing because it's like a nice cover. It's like a dark cover, and I think it'd be good to just kind of go with no prompts and see if I can do it. But maybe it might be too hard. I don't know. I think it's almost like the part of being a little bit scared to go into that no prompt zone type of thing. But definitely interesting. And I think journaling, it sounds like it's helped you quite a bit. It's helped me a lot. I recommend it to anyone. I think it's a good kind of form of therapy and getting your words off your chest and onto paper, and it definitely alleviates some stresses when I'm wanting to, like, there's things in my mind that I just want to get down. And I've done like what I call meditation is essentially I'll sit in my room, dim the lights, play like a little bit of like a calming kind of like tones and stuff like that from on YouTube, and I'll just write whatever comes to mind on a blank notepad. And it's helped a lot. Like it's sometimes it doesn't help as much, but there's other things that helps a lot. And I'd definitely recommend it to anyone. So for sure. Let's see here. What helps you decompress?
Easy answer would be journaling. Just going out. Exercise is like one of those things that I am like, again, everything goes back to figure skating, but like ever since you quit competitive sports, you have to sort of find a different role for exercise in your life. And for me, it's definitely one of those things that sort of help me feel better. I go on like a run when I'm feeling stressed. I go on a run when I'm feeling happy. Yeah, it's just exercise is one of those things that definitely help me decompress, and also just like talking to people. I listen to music quite a lot. Yeah.
That's fair. And I think
I would say those like the top 3.
That's awesome. I think exercise is one that I've kind of gotten back into, and I think is someone who's like hockey played a big part of my life for a long time, and then I just kind of stopped. Like I wasn't going anywhere, and I knew that. But like I think as far as that is like it was something that having that kind of exercise so consistently and then not so drastically. I think at first you don't really realize it, but then after like a while, it has effects on your body. Like you obviously things change. So like you get older, you're like, for instance, like I've had so many injuries in the past couple of years because I'm not physically fit as I used to be, and so and I haven't kept up with my like physical health in a sense. But I think, and that's the thing, is I was never really worried about kind of like looks and stuff like that, and so it was like physical health, sort of type of thing. Like, and then in this kind of journey, I've learned in like doing connections, doing all these kind of things. I've learned that like physical health really is mental health as well. And I think like exercising, like it can be something as small as just going for a walk, has like really helped. And I think that was something that helped me this past the past week when I was like really struggling. Like I thought I had COVID and stuff like that, and things like that. And I really struggled with that, where I was like stuck in the house. And the day once I found out that I wasn't, me and my dad went for a walk, and it was like the most like therapeutic thing ever. Like my legs were sore, hella sore, but it was like really therapeutic, and was like it felt good to like actually get some exercise and do something outside of my house and not sitting in front of a computer. And I talked to my dad the whole time, and it was good. Like those side of things like really good. And so no, it's something, it's super awesome. And so I can definitely see what
I'm
exercise
assuming you
someone's-
have like amazing nature to like go do the walks in Canada. So.
We're
Yeah.
very fortunate. Yes, very, very fortunate here to
Yeah.
have a lot of like hikes and things around us, and whether it's a hike or just like like trails and stuff like that. There's a lot of amazing stuff. I can
Yeah.
think of like 2, 3, 4 places that are like around me that are like just amazingly beautiful. That would be like one of those things you see on like Instagram. You're like, wow, crazy.
But like
Uh,
that in and of itself, just like nature, is just relaxing.
Totally. Oh, totally. And that's the thing, is being able to kind of like feel like you can breathe a little bit. Definitely, definitely helps. We've talked about a lot of things compared to kind of where you are in your like with things that have kind of made you anxious and stuff like that, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
What would you say is your biggest fear in life?
I feel like my biggest fear in life is losing someone I love. That is is a bit deep. But yeah, that's definitely like I wouldn't consider myself like there's a lot of situations in life that you can sort of get through, and obviously that's hopefully something that you will eventually get through as well, but that's definitely something that for me would be my biggest fear. Like how to cope with that. Yeah.
Definitely. No, it's surely in our last podcast, unfortunately, we talked. Well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, we talked to Bolo. Unfortunately, Bolo his father had passed away of cancer, and he did basically told us a beautiful story of his father's life and
Yeah.
what his father meant to him, and it definitely it related to me for my grandfather, and obviously, and as we talked to,
Yeah.
it's not it's there's a difference obviously, but there was some similarities and commonalities that I can relate to in a
Mm.
sense, and how he was feeling, and it's no, it's definitely it's hard to lose a family member or someone you love, period, and definitely scary, and so I can definitely
Yeah.
understand why that's a fear in life, and for sure it's something that definitely worries me as well too, and as well. So yeah. Um,
Have you answered that question
what's my
before?
biggest fear?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have. Maybe, but I can answer if that's what you're looking for.
Yes.
Um,
You said that you would answer any question the
I
guests
will.
would
I
ask.
will.
So
I will. 100%. You're right. I mean, within
I'm into.
reason. Who do you vote for? No,
Oh,
no
God.
thanks. What's it called? I would say is, I don't know. There's a lot of things, but I think the one that's probably most private. I think when I first wrote this down, it would have been very different, a very different answer. I think my biggest fear would have been something like, um, heights or something like that, or something like like I don't know. In my opinion, kind of like for me
Yeah.
now silly, based off kind of what I've kind of learned stuff like that. And I mean, it's definitely a fear. Don't get me wrong,
Okay.
but like in certain senses, but like it's not like what I would do anymore. But I would say is, um, yeah, you want to get deep. Here's probably deep as well. Is the biggest fear in life would probably be not finding my own personal happiness. That scares the shit out of me because I think I've spent a lot of my life working towards making others happy and not focusing
Yeah.
on my own happiness, um, or focusing on small pieces that I thought would make me happy, but in long run doesn't make me happy. That I think now that I've kind of shined a light on it for the past 11 months of this connections is where I think I kind of started shining a light on things in my own life. Um, I think I started realizing that there's a lot of things that I did because I thought it was going to create happiness for others, not because it created happiness for me. Um,
Yeah.
and so my word of the year is my one resolution, if you will, for 2022 is for me to find happiness. And I my plan is not to stop at that for anything. I'm not here to make anyone else's happiness. I mean, if I make other people happy, that's amazing. That's definitely a bonus. But this year is for me to be selfish and to me to take care of myself because I've spent 25 years on this earth and I haven't done that for myself.
Yeah. It's
And
about time.
yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing is I learning to kind of love myself and stuff like that, And in January, I posted about it and got overwhelmingly supported by friends, family, and acquaintances even, because I took myself on a date with myself right after my breakup, and it was the most anxiety-ridden thing ever, but was one of the most fulfilling things ever as well. And so, definitely a highlight of my year so far, and something that I plan to do again. I was gonna do it sometime this week, but I'll do it sometime probably next week, because I have next week. I have a little more time next week to be able to do some stuff, and so I'm probably gonna do something. I don't know. I'm thinking I might get a manicure, or sorry, pedicure. Sorry, pedicure's foot, right? Foot. That's the foot one, right? Whatever.
Pedicure's foot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So probably gonna get a pedicure, because I mean my feetsies are getting a little gross. So
Treat yourself.
exactly. And so yeah, no, like whether it's small or big, is just kind of taking the time to, like, how would you treat someone if you were trying to show love to them? And I'm trying to turn that to me in a sense. And so yeah, no, that's probably the biggest fear in my life, is not being able to find that happiness, or yeah,
Yeah.
because it's about time. You're right.
Yeah. That's
Um,
beautiful. I like that.
thanks. I do. I like the about time thing. That
I
almost
don't
made,
like the fear, but I like
yeah.
that you're sort of like found a way like to focus on that through you figuring out that like, oh, that's actually what I'm afraid of. Now I can like start focusing on it, and then yeah,
Mhm.
I like it.
Thanks. It was called, definitely totally didn't make me almost cry when you said when you said about time. That's good. We have a couple questions here before we end off here. Oh, hi B. We were talking about you earlier. And good things, don't worry. All
Hi,
good
B.
things. I knew I missed a couple here. I was talking. I was showing my journals, and in my journal, one of the first entries on one of the books said, it was asking about what I was excited for, and it said that I was excited for when B comes in December, and that was like in October, something like that. And so it's in the journal. It's something that's kind of is exciting, and so I've missed a couple things here. I know, because I didn't want to interrupt the things, but I'm gonna look through them here and see if I can find them. There's a couple questions. I see one I can find here. If you have one, please message Malty that I missed, but I'm going to ask the one that Fred Not has here. Fred Not asks, random question. Do you like or hate April 1st? If you hate it, what would you change about it?
April Fools.
I think so.
I feel like I'm indifferent. My parents will always have like some sort of, dad joke, something ridiculous. So they'll try to like, they're so cute when they're like trying to fool you. But overall, I just dislike pranks. I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm
I'm the
sorry.
same sort of thing. Like, I don't know.
It's cute if you can see somebody trying, it's cute.
Fair.
If I get actually like
Bamboozled?
fooled, I'm like, I hate it.
There's two that I can think of off the top of my head. There's one where I as a teenager, I was sleeping at my dad's, and he did the little tests on the smoke alarms to make them beep, and he set them all off in the house, and then woke me up. He goes,
Oh,
"We gotta go.
terrifying.
We gotta get out. We gotta get out. There's a fire upstairs." And home, I was like, my
Yeah.
sister was like in on it too, and my sister's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And my sister at the time was doing acting and like ran out the house, and
Yeah.
then what's it called? And then she. And I remember after like realizing, they're like, ha ha, ha, like asking outside. I literally walked in the house and I locked the door, and they were both locked outside for like 10 minutes because I was like just like so
Oh my
upset. And they
goodness.
like sat in the cold for like a little while. And then the other one was, and this is where my interest in those like stopped. Was the it was that girl that I gave the iPod to, funny enough. And no,
iPod
actually, no, it
girl.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Forever in our hearts.
That's not not quite.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, no. Forgotten. Sorry. iPad girl, forgotten.
Exactly.
Who dis?
Who dis? New iPod. Who dis?
Oh my god.
No, it was not actually. It was something actually different, and it was a girlfriend though, but it was someone I wasn't dating at the time. It was someone I had a bit of a thing with. We stopped the thing. We kind of went our separate ways for a couple of years, and then this was actually the thing that like somehow got us talking again, which was like stupid and weird. But she messaged me and said, oh my god, I slept with some dude. He knocked me up. I'm pregnant, and we hadn't talked in forever, like forever. And so like I knew it wasn't me, which was like, woo, we're good. But what's it called? But I was like, oh, like I was like, okay, like you came to me, like I was like, I was me being me, which is kind of this is where like
Yeah.
this is where I'm like a little bit upset about is like I was like, oh, like do you need help? Like do you need like someone to like drive you to like somewhere like to kind of like go get checked out? Like is it like what's like like how does your family know? Like do you need me like to
Yeah.
help us with that? Like I was like really fucking nice about it, and
Yeah.
like and then she's like, I'm sorry, that was an April Fool's joke, and I was like, I knew that.
Yeah, I was
I was
like,
kidding.
yeah. Oh, I was playing along, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
no,
didn't
it's
get me. I'm smart.
I'm smart. However, Multi's done some digging and found some of the questions here we have here. Got one from Hyper Gaming. Hyper Gaming says, "What's it like being a boomer?"
Oh my god. It's quite difficult actually. My knees crack every morning when I get out of bed. I have so much wisdom to give people. It's crazy. No, I don't know.
Actually, real question though, because we've talked about age way too many times today in today's stream. How old are you, KP?
I'm 26.
Oh my god, you're 1 year. Actually, I'm turning 26 this year, so yeah, no, not that old at all. You're not allowed to stop, all of you. If you call me boomer, you can get out.
It's not that bad.
Oh my goodness,
You guys are funny.
that is funny. And then we have another one here. Is how'd you get your username / gamer tag, and what was your first username? Oh, I like this one. Yo, Wolf, I see you starting to become a trend on this one. I like this. I like this a lot. This question.
I'm contemplating whether or not I want to say my first, just in case someone takes it. It's fine. My first my first username was Thoughts and Feelings. Because whenever I ask for someone's opinion on something, I say like thoughts, feelings, on like thing.
I like that.
But then I changed it to be like a bit more personal. I feel like I wanted some sort of like, I don't know, personality attached to it. And then I was already playing Splatoon, and I was like, agent would be cool from like Splatoon. And then I figured like what other like agent related stuff could I do? And then yeah, I like Impossible, so I was like, KP would be cool. Agent KP.
Oh, I see. And that works out because it's agent. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I feel like other people would have way better stories. That's mine.
Hey, hey, every story one has a story. Hey,
Should have kept it with Thoughts and Feelings. But I
Thoughts-
feel like it wouldn't be like the same, you know?
See, I just thought of like a really edgy name, which was like, like THOTS, like thoughts and
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
like we're feeling edgy and stuff.
Or like a Z in there and stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's exactly. As Wolf said, every story is unique. Exactly. And that's what makes it interesting. However, I have another one. This is one of Malty's ones. It's become one of my favorites. XX Felix. Yeah, the picket fence. Thank you. Exactly. I'll pass. B, you're done.
I love that.
That's
I'm
it.
stealing that.
That's hilarious.
That's my new Twitter handle.
Not really though. It's one that I like from Multi too. It's funny. All the mods are getting their own little like things that they ask for this as well. Their own little questions that are definitely added to the show. And Multi's got one here too. And it's looking back on the conversation. If there's something that you'd like for people to still remember in 10 years, what would you add to it? Or sorry, what would it be and what would you add to it? Sorry.
From this conversation?
Yeah,
today?
so let's go. So looking back on the conversation, if there's anything you'd like someone to remember in 10 years, what would it be? And would you add to it?
So good of a question, Mel. What I want people's takeaway to be. I don't know. Be yourself. I'm kidding. Sort of just like if you start doing anything like online, make sure that it's stuff that you enjoy. my sort of, I don't want to say like life motto or anything, but it is sort of just be genuine to myself, which is again a lot of learning, a lot of like failure in life to get here, and hopefully again keep learning, but be true to yourself. Like don't try to be anyone else online, especially like I feel like we were talking before, there are a lot of like personalities online. I try to think that like what I bring on stream is pretty much who I am. I couldn't I can't imagine how people can keep up some sort of like personality that they're not offline. It's crazy to me. But I feel like that also comes through. Like you can tell when someone's genuine. You can tell when, yeah. And at least I gravitate towards that as a viewer. And yeah,
I can definitely agree. And
that's all the wisdom I have at 4 a.m.
That's all right. That's a lot of wisdom for 4 a.m. for anyone, really. And yeah, exactly. As Melton said, good answer. Charles, I really like Bren's comment. The people that matter won't care about body positivity and stuff. Exactly. And
Oh yeah, well,
what's God? That wasn't.
I already forgot about that.
Let's go. As far as I say is yes. It's like that's something like that's important to me. Is my friends are the ones who aren't caring about what I look like. I mean, they're gonna bug me. That's fact. If they're not bugging me for a little bit, they're not my friend.
Lift you up when you look sly. They should be like,
exactly. Did you see all the people in the chat who were like, "Oh my God, Brady, you look good today"? I was like, "Oh, thanks. Look
that
at
is
me."
an amazing shirt.
Like
that's a great shirt.
Thank you. Well, like, and the thing is, like, it's. You guys hype me up. That's the thing. Like what's it called? I remember like one of the streams I was sipping a little bit and I started dancing on stream and like everyone was like, "Ooh, get it." I was like, maybe I will get it. So yeah, no, it's like that's the thing. Is like it definitely helps and stuff. And those are like the friends you want to have around you, and that stuff is the one who's gonna bring you up and uplift you. And I mean, there's times to poke fun. There's also things you don't poke fun at on of friends either too. But like the real ones are going to be the ones that don't care what you look like in a sense and that stuff, and they're going to be there for the human that's inside the shirt than the person that is wearing it, if you will. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. I feel like that shirt is way too fly. I can never pull it off because it would become 99% of my personality. Bob, I'm sure you have a wonderful personality. You were cracking me up all the time on Who Are You, so not a chance. Not a single chance. However, chat, we have sadly come to the end of the stream. However, KP, as much as it's almost sleep time for you, I still have one more question for you. I've got a couple small things to do, but one more question for you before I let you go. It's one of my favorite questions. You know, the chat always gets their question. The mods all have their questions. I have my own favorite. For those of you that have been here long enough, you know exactly what this question is, and it's become my absolute favorite because of the answers we've gotten. And KP, even though it's 4 a.m., I'm sure you're not going to give us anything less than amazing, as we've seen today with you and how amazing you are, and inspiring your stories have been. So KP, if you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
I'm gonna quote myself from the game show that we did. But my final line would be just wait it out.
Why would you say that?
It's again like one of the things that I sort of try to live by, which is like be it like bad times that you're going through or like whatever it is that you're feeling that's sort of negative in any way, just wait it out. Or if you feel like you're not where you're meant to be in life at the moment, just wait it out. You'll get there.
Well, chat, this has been the amazing, the wonderful, the lovely, the probably tired, wonderful creator, PNG tuber, streamer, creative, barista, coffee connoisseur, which is KP. Please, yes, you already know it. Spam that love for the one of the last times here tonight.
Thank you
as
so much
we
for having me.
thank you so much for being here and being as vulnerable and as open as you are. KP, as I told you, we usually go this show usually goes 3 hours, and I mean, hey, I took a long time. Hi, Nora. I'm sorry. It's okay. It'll be on YouTube. Don't worry. YouTube frogs, what's up? What's it called? Is that I said to you it was gonna be probably about 2 to 3 hours, or 2.5 to 3 hours. We're currently sitting at 3 hours and 20 minutes. I'm sorry I kept you up way later than I thought I would, but I think the
No worries.
conversations were just so interesting to me, and I had some.
I feel like we would talk more.
Hey, anytime you call me up, you got the Discord, you know how it is. What's it
you.
called? It might not be on stream, but however, maybe it will be. We'll see.
Yeah.
What's it called? But we definitely can. I'm open to chat anytime. My DMs are always open, especially to you, KP, and your amazing insights. And if there's anything I can do to help you, I'd be happy to. And yes. So, KP, this is the part of the show. I know you're a little tired. However, I'm going to get you to shout out anyone or anything that you would like as I go and find us a raid. So the floor is yours, my friend.
For like self promo or like
Sure.
just
Anything.
general crap?
Anything you like. You choose. Floor is yours.
What do I want to say? Well, I'm Agent KP. Go and like check out my content or whatever. I have like made so many amazing friends on Twitch that I can't not mention. Definitely one of them being Mal, the amazing mod. My mods are amazing. Charles, who I know in real life, is cool. He's been in chat, a gremlin. And then we have Seveth. If you don't know Seveth21, definitely go check out Seveth. I saw Mel here. Malay, love you. We had Nova. I don't know. Everyone's amazing. I saw Hyper, Tells. You guys are so great. Like, yeah, just thank you. Thank you so much for tolerating me and whatever it is that I do online. And I hope to make more friends.
Aw, love that.
All that good stuff. That's genuinely like me squeezing the last that there is in my brain right now.
Oh my goodness. And that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. You're allowed to do that. It's considering it's 4 a.m. You're allowed to be a little bit squishy brain, if you will. I'm just trying to find someone who can raid here. Let's see here. We're gonna raid someone new, someone I've never met before. The last time we did something like this, we met amazing Andy Righteous a long time ago. So I would love to do that again, and find someone that is just as wonderful. I'm just trying to see here. I'm looking through some streams here. See. Oh, that's funny. I just scrolled by someone who's been on Connections. Let's see here. However, I have a rule here, and this is the reason why. Is I try not to double raid the same people, just to be able to kind of meet new people. That's the only reason. Not because I don't love my friends, and I think my friends are amazing creators. You'll get the host, don't you worry. I'll give my friends the host. But as far as raids, I try to introduce the community to new people, and I think that's interesting, as well. B, if you got someone, yeah, send me a DM. B, someone I don't know. B, I want that.
Am I allowed to suggest?
Yeah, of course, go for it.
Oh,
Send me one.
Well, my dear friend.
Send me in DMs. Send me in DMs. Just because I want to see first, because I want to make sure. I just want to make sure before
Yeah, of course.
just to be safe, because I want to make sure that it's all.
Discord DMs? Probably.
Yeah, that works. Chat. Just as a side note too, and I think Multi might have already put it. Multi's speed today, is I saw some people complain as being sad that they didn't get to see the whole show. So there's one thing you can do. Don't worry. You can always go back and watch it. You can go and watch in Discord. You can go, Discord. I'm tired now. You can go watch on YouTube or on any podcast site. You can go and look at something that is going to exclamation mark podcast there, Multi. You're close. Don't worry, you got this. What's it called? You want to see some real speed? Yeah, really though.
You're doing well, Mel. It's late for Mel as well.
It's definitely late for Mel. So let's go. So that's what it says. If you want to go and rewatch any of those, even today's episode, it'll probably be up in 48 hours or so. Give me or so. It'll be up, and it's something that you can definitely get to as well. Who do I got here? Sorry, I'm just opening up all these windows of that you guys are sending me here. Okay. And
Shout out to Mal for sticking with my weird music choices today as well. I've seen you vibing.
that's funny. Let's see here. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna go off what you recommended me today. So chat, we're gonna do a raid. I only went to bed like 7 hours ago. Oh my goodness. Thank you, B. Appreciate that. Where is Streamlabs? Hello, thank you, Streamlabs. Half the people should be asleep. Probably more than half at this point. I probably should even be asleep. It's 7:30, but so chat, I want to say thank you so much. KP, I want to say thank you to you. First off,
Thank you.
for being so open and vulnerable and sharing your story with us. You have had talked to me about so many amazing inspirational stories that you've talked to me about today. I mean, obviously some are sad and stuff like that too, but as far as that is, I'm grateful to have spent the time with you. I'm grateful for everyone in chat. Some names I'm seeing here is seeing Hyper, I'm seeing Multi, I'm seeing Jimbo, I'm seeing B, I see Bob Space, I see Tara, I see Fred. Oh my goodness, look at these amazing names. I see Wolf, I see Nor. I know you're late, Nor. I'm sorry. What's it called? I see Charles. I see, and thank you by the way, Charles, for the follow. I see you. Appreciate you. Hope to see you again. I see Gub. I see Emily. I see. Oh my goodness, is my thing gonna let me go up past this? Come on, let me do it. Let me see more friends. No, it won't let me. I'm sorry. However, if I didn't say bye to you, put in chat. I'll say thank you to each and every one of you for coming today. It's been an absolute pleasure. You're making a young-hearted, I'm not going to say young again because I said that last stream, a young-hearted kid from Vancouver, BC, Canada. Very, very happy to spend some amazing time with you. As I've said a couple times, I could wake up tomorrow and no one cares anymore about this. And I mean, at least I would know that I've made some amazing friends. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for pushing that dream a little bit further today and spending time with me. There's a lot of things you could be doing today, probably sleeping, and you just decided to spend it with me. So I wanted to say thank you for that. However, take care of yourselves. You deserve it. What's it called? And yes, it's hopefully, ideally, next two. We might have a stream before this. Keep watch. We might be doing a just chatting stream soon. Maybe, possibly, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It might be just chatting stream. Maybe. I'm not gonna. Maybe. What's it called? However, we're also by mom as well too. I see Arrow in there too. Is a yes, no cap, nor maybe. Very likely. However, if I don't see you, then, or if I don't see you in the Discord, I will be seeing you next Tuesday when we meet little Bea B on Connections. It's going to be another amazing creator as well. Hey, if you think today's amazing creator was awesome, trust me. I promise you, I'll give you the good creators. I promise. What's it called? Look, exactly. Go follow KP on Twitch and Twitter. Go do it. If you haven't already, why not? But thank you so much. Oh, hi, Donovan. Bye, Donovan. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna spend that love one last time. !raid! !raid 1. You give me all the good creators you can't watch because of time zones. Yeah. Actually, KB streams at a what's it called, at a decent. Oh no, you do not. I was gonna say because I watch you at 4 a.m.
EU
Never mind.
time zones. Yeah. Sad.
I mean, maybe.
I was like,
we'll
wasn't
see.
it 4 a.m. for you?
It was 4 a.m. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's true. That's facts there, Wolf. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for spending time with me. It means the world. Have I said thank you enough? Should I say it again?
One more time. One more time.
Thank you so much for spending your time with
me.
I love you. I definitely peeped on that there. Each and every one of you, make sure, go spread that love for one of the last times for tonight. Before you go to sleep, just go spread that love one more time to a wonderful friend, Dr. 1297. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water, and we'll see you hopefully next Tuesday. If not, maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll do tomorrow. Maybe. Don't hold me to it, nor I'll probably do it. All right. Have a good night. Peace out. Bye, everyone.